What is going on, everybody, and welcome in to episode number 66 of the Pre-Patch Podcast. I am your raspy, sick, coughing host, Sin, and with me, obviously, is my entire crew. We've got Bill, we've got Scruffy, and we've got Enigma. How are you guys doing? Welcome in.
Oh, we're doing. We're doing
What up? What up?
way better than you from the sounds
Yeah,
of it.
this is I'm gonna try to make it as long as I can. Chat. It's right now it is a rough one. As you can probably hear, you're here live. You can, I don't know, you can't really see. I mean, I'm still my gorgeous, good looking self. But if you haven't known, I'm dealing with COVID or battling COVID, and I'm dealing with the cough and can't breathe side of it right now. So that's always
Tell you,
fun.
man.
That's all right. This is the COVID cast.
It's real like light in the actual sickness phase, and then it just kicks you real bad like a week later.
It's
I know
so
when I
rough.
had it killed me for about 2 weeks, like after I had gotten better. It was wild.
It's this has been rough. It for sure has been like really rough. So as you can tell.
Yep.
But you know, we're still here. Hey, you know, we took a week off because I got sick when I was out in Colorado. Yeah, but now we're back, and you know, we've got, God, dude, it's so much to talk about. This show, through sickness and health, I'm telling you right now, like we were gonna be here because, god damn it, if there is not so much to fucking talk about, not just not only with like the gaming world, but with fucking Twitch and YouTube. Holy shit, so much to talk about.
There's a lot going on.
Up.
It's fucking like going ape shit. It's just crazy. So
A dumpster fire, dude.
So just be prepared. So we don't have as much kind of news to cover. There's basically three big things that happened, which will cover most of all of the news over the last couple of weeks. We've obviously got our games that we're going to be playing, but the majority of it is probably going to be taken up with the bombshells that have been happening left and right with Twitch and YouTube. But before we get into all of that, in case you guys are new to the show, this is episode 66. There are 65 previous episodes that you can go and check out on our Spotify or YouTube's, on your favorite podcast apps. All you have to do is hit !podcast in all the channels, and it will take you to the anchor.fm/Pre-Patch Podcast. Like I said, go check us out. We're everywhere. I mean, we're like the number 200 or top 200 show on Apple. So, you know, we're fucking doing it, boys.
That'll be
We're
top
out here.
10.
We're out here. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Top 10 in your hearts, boys and girls.
top 10 in your hearts. Absolutely. Number 1 in my peanut. No, I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah. So if you are new here, check out the other episodes, but, normally we start these shows off by doing, the Twitch news. We're actually going to flip it because we've got so much Twitch news that we don't know if we'd get to anything else prior to. So Twitch news is actually going to take
It's gonna be spicy with Twitch.
it's going to take a second seat, and what we've been playing is the first one. And again, if you are new here, you get to be a part of the video episode, and thank you to all of our members in chat. If you're listening to us post mortem, you know, come and join us. Like I said, we do this live, so come in here and hang out, and you can chat with us and watch all the cool things that we're doing.
Post-mortem.
Are we dying?
I may die
Are we boring
after
them to
this.
death?
After this
Are
show,
we boring them to death with our podcast?
after this show, I may die. There's a very good chance that I won't be able to breathe. So, but this is just how much I love these guys. I love these four, you know, or three men. And
Don't let him fool you guys. He's doing it for you, not us.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, well, I like two of you. I fucking hate one of you, and I'll let you guys guess which one that one is. So
I always knew it, man.
anyway,
Gotta be scruffy. It's because of his stupid haircuts. That's that good one. That
Yes.
looks good.
Now I've got to go, and now you got to hate me for
honestly, bro, I'm kind of digging it, but at the same time, it's kind of bringing me into like real like German vibes, and you know, me being a Jew, it's a little
dude.
it's a little weird.
Good.
That's why you hate me. You know what?
So,
It makes sense.
There goes Bill's monetization.
I said German and Jew. What the? I didn't say anything else. I didn't. I mean, that's a fine, okay
We've
word.
also swore about 10 times in the first 2 minutes, so it was doomed from the get-go.
That's
What are
true.
we playing,
Anyway.
boys?
Yeah, so let's kick off here. Guys, for the first time ever, I actually don't have any fucking thing because I've been gone. So you guys will have to wait until the next show for me to go and showcase all the games I've been
And then
playing.
he'll have everything. Trust me.
I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
then they'll have like 8 fucking games.
Yeah.
you fuckers are bringing over 6 games right now, so I don't want to hear a fucking word. I don't want to hear a goddamn
6 games
thing.
between the 3 of us.
Okay, that's still a lot. Anyway,
I heard they were releasing a new Tetris next week. We're having a funny segment on that.
yeah, I can't wait. So, let's kick off here with I'm actually gonna kick off with Enigma, because he's been playing a couple things in his gameplay is trailers, so it makes it
It's just trailers.
easier.
I don't
Just
have
trailers.
gameplay. Yeah.
So, I think this is Conan Exiles, if I'm
Yeah.
correct, right?
Yeah, Conan Exiles, they came out with their I think it's 3.0 drop if I'm not mistaken. And it was I mean if you're a Conan Exiles player, like you know that there hasn't I mean they release like small little updates, and like the Isle of Sipta, which was a map update that had like a bunch of like a brand new map, whole brand new map, whole new story and everything like that. But prior to that, they've only released like small little DLC packages that basically give you like new weapon looks, new building looks, and everything like that. So this is their first release that they've ever kind of released that was both free to play, like it was completely free to everyone, and two, completely changed how the game. I mean, it didn't really completely change how the game plays, but it added in an entire new system that's called sorcery. Okay, which if you know the or if you know the Conan lore, sorcerers not all that's common. Like there's a lot of magic in the Conan lore, but actually like you being able to have it is not all that common. So they added in an entire new system. Like I said, sorcery. It gives you a bunch of new things. It gives you like summons. It gives you new ways of like traversing the map. Gives you necromancy, which is why I played it. Obviously, spoilers. Kind of a shitty necromancy. Not gonna lie. Didn't really like it. But
Is
I'm,
it
you know,
Turtlemancy or what is
very
it?
high standard for necromancy.
that's what I was about to say. I have a very high standard for
So-
necromancy. It's not that bad. It is not a turretmancer, luckily. So
Yeah.
that's kind of one good thing about it. It's just they didn't really, when it comes to like sorcery in general, you think of like mages from like World of Warcraft or other games, right? They're powerful. They've got these huge hitting spells and everything like that. They're just throwing shit out there. They're throwing fireballs. They're throwing electricity. This isn't like that, right? It takes like 15 minutes to fucking cast a spell, and even then, it's not all that beneficial to you to have it. So it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't really do a lot to change the game in the long run, right? It's a system that basically makes it so that people came back, played the game for a couple days, and were like, okay, I'm good, right? Which is kind of sad because Conan Exiles been a really great game, but it is what it is, you know. I Some of the good things about it, obviously, like again, like I said, they've got the new systems. They brought in an entire new battle pass, which love it or hate it, battle passes are going to be around. It's just how gaming goes these days, everything like that. So I don't know why Scruffy's frozen.
It's because of fucking OBS doesn't like when you put something behind something else, so it's like, oh, I can't see the fucking video. I don't know. It's
I
fixed
was
now.
taking the longest drink of my life.
He was, man. He was just gulping, man.
It's the
Chugging it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, they added in new events, everything like that. That's why I was saying that this really isn't going to take up a whole lot of time. It changes the way that you play the game in a very minute way. Like it's like 20% of the game. The rest of it's still the same age or Conan Exiles that we've played in the past. So
It feels a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, just like in general, like optimization seems to be
the one thing that I will say, one of the biggest changes that like made the game bearable for me is they changed the way that the
Community works?
construction system works. So the construction system, if you've ever played Ark, the construction system used to be like Ark, where you had to build each individual piece before you could place it. Now you just have to have the raw ingredients in your inventory, and you can just build.
that's a lot
So
better. Yeah.
it's a lot better from what it was before.
It's like
So
Valheim.
it
It
makes
have like the
yeah,
physics. I noticed.
exactly. Yep.
So
So-
very nice.
It feels good. It feels okay. I wasn't impressed too much with the sorcery. It was just I don't know. They made it increasingly more and more difficult to obtain the sorcery, like the spells and such that you actually cast. But the further up in the sorcery tree that you went, you didn't get any more powerful. So it was just kind of one of those things where it was like it was a trade off of a lot of work for not that much in return. And they locked behind, or they locked the necromancy behind. I mean, it came fairly far, or it came like around the middle point in the sorcery tree, but again, wasn't that great. The sorcery for the necromancy, you can summon up for 4 zombies, and that's it. And the rest of it's like spells. Like they have like a darkness spell that causes fear, and they have a spell that's like a mist field that summons like a horde of zombies that you don't control. So it's just kind of and 9 times out of 10, because it's such a janky system, they spawn on a fucking rock and can't get off the. So
It's surprising to me that Funcom has kept this game going as long as they have.
I mean, it's really not to me, because they make a lot of money off of it. Again, they've been out for 4 years, I believe, if I remember correctly, and they've made 16 DLCs for it, and each of those DLCs is at least $7 to $12. The Isle of Siptath, I think, is 20, which is the one that they just released.
It lives up, next to Ark, because I know Ark is huge. So
I don't know. I wouldn't personally say that it kind of stands up to Ark. It's in that same wheelhouse, but I think Ark does it a lot better personally.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised it's still up.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just Funcom.
I mean, it's all about the mods. Like it really is about the mods. Like a lot of people like to buy the creative stuff that you see with this, where it's like the decorative, like the house or the treehouse platforms and shit. You can only get the treehouse platforms if you get the debaucheries of Decado or whatever. There's a DLC for that. That's the only way you can get that. So if you want to do anything with platforms, you have to pay $7 to $10 for it. So,
which is Funcom has a history of letting their projects
dumping games. So yeah,
that's why I'm surprised.
It's definitely surprising. I think we played another game from Funcom. It was that Secret Worlds, right? And I was surprised. I think that's from Funcom.
It is.
At least, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised that Secret Worlds went for so long, man. Like, I'm surprised the Secret Worlds is still going on, even though they rebooted it, because nobody fucking liked it when they rebooted it.
It's not really going on. It's just kind of on a fucking.
Yeah. It's just kind of staled out and plateaued. But yeah, I mean, that's so the sorcery update. It brought a lot of people back in, and I think that's what they were looking for. And I think for the most part, what they were looking for was people to pay for the season pass, and then people to purchase stuff out of the new cash shop that they added into the game. So legitimately, they gave it to you for free, but it's not really free. You're paying for the season pass and the shit that you can buy off of their cash shop. So I don't know. Some people, the people that I have on my server that I'm running, seem to like it. They've seemed to enjoyed it, but honestly, most of them haven't ever really played Conan Exiles, so this is kind of their first run. So if it's your first run, pop into it.
It was rough when it first started. That was a rough game.
Yeah,
it was rough.
I mean, it's still a little rough. It's still a little janky, but they've definitely put some work into it. It's not as bad as it used to be. So
it is
definitely surprised about that. Yeah.
Well, another game that you've been playing is one that's actually topping the charts right now on Steam, and you know, I mean, I think we all knew this was gonna happen, right? Like this is a fucking Cinderella story that I don't think anybody doubted it was gonna happen and get there, but Cyberpunk, right? You're driving back into Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so we were talking about the new Edge Runners anime earlier, right before the podcast started, and I was saying, man, it was such a fucking good anime. Like, if you guys have not watched it, go and get on Netflix, figure out how to watch it, borrow your mom's Netflix account. I don't give a shit what you do. Watch Edge Runners, because it was a really great anime. The storytelling inside of it was amazing. The Scruffy, you were talking about the music and such.
Yeah,
everything is great inside of it. The music is great, everything. So prior to that releasing, they released information about this Phantom Liberty, which is the next expansion coming out, I think, in 2023 for Cyberpunk, to kind of get the hype up for that as well. But like, it's worked, man. Like, they went from being like maybe a couple thousand people on a daily player base on a daily, right? So I think today they hit 1 million player. What was it? Yeah, I think it was 1 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had
that was up there. Yeah,
So over the past 7 days, they've hit a million concurrent every day.
Yeah.
It's
So
smart, man. You know, I mean, like honestly, I think CD Projekt Red are the only ones that really nail it out of the park with like game adaptations to shows and animes now. You know, because they've had the Witcher series that has done great, and they also had a Witcher anime, right? If I'm not wrong, there was a Witcher
yes,
anime.
yeah,
Yeah,
they had
that was
a
pretty
Witcher
good.
anime movie that was fucking insanely good,
Yeah,
like
so
amazingly good. If you haven't,
I
I'm
don't get
gonna sound like a fucking broken record if you haven't watched that as well. If you haven't watched the Witcher stuff on Netflix and the Witcher TV series, I think it's called the Solitude of the Wolf or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but it goes through like Geralt or Geralt when he was young. It doesn't
yeah.
really focus on him; it focuses on his mentor essentially. But
They're doing it
they
right though, whatever they're
they
doing.
do a great job with it, man,
Yeah.
and like being
Well,
able to get this kind of hype for a game that was by all intents and purposes dead, completely fucking dead,
yeah, but
right? Like there was a very, very, very minute population that was still playing this. It went from being nothing to wow, what the fuck happened,
well,
right?
I mean,
And so
let's.
I went back in and I checked it out, and I mean, it's still buggy as fuck. Like don't let me tell you guys to go on and play it and not expect it to be buggy as fuck because it's still buggy as shit,
So you told
right?
me
Like
when I was
I'm
asking about it.
yeah, I'm still running into issues where like I'll fall through the world. I hit a car and it goes flying into the fucking atmosphere. You know,
Are you playing
it's still
It's like
Are you
Bethesda.
playing the Steam
what's
version?
that?
Are you?
I'm playing the Steam version, yeah.
Okay. Because
So
I,
I'm still having
from,
those same issues that I
from
was
what
having before.
I've seen too is that a lot of people, and I think like again, like I was gonna say, a minute ago, is that this is I think people looked at this and they wanted it to come back, right? Like people like nobody. I don't think anybody
Oh
looked at
yeah,
Cyberpunk and said like, oh, we're happy that
I
it failed, or well was rough, right? So they wanted
yeah.
that Phoenix Rising kind of thing, and I think
Well,
the
it's
anime.
like me when it first released, I was a progenitor for it. Like I was pushing it completely. Like this is going to be the best game fucking to release in 2020 ever, and it failed miserably. Right?
Right.
Like I still had fun with it. I still enjoyed it for what the game was, but I wasn't so
I mean, we didn't get what we didn't get what we were
infatuated with
promised.
it.
Like that's the reality of it is
Yeah,
we didn't get everything we were promised with it.
exactly.
And I think CD Projekt Red will make do. But one of the things that I've seen in watching a lot of people play this too is that because of this and the anime, it has re-sparked a lot of people to go in
Oh
and
yeah,
download a lot of mods and really
a lot
mod
of mods. Yep.
the hell out
I
of it.
modded the heck out of it. I modded the crap out of mine, dude. Like I've got drones, I've got fucking flying cars, which should have been in the game to begin with. Such a good way of fucking traversing
That's
Night
dope.
City. Like being able to fly in one of their cars that they have. There's a mod on the mod database that basically turns your car into one of the flying cars whenever you want to. You can switch between it at any given time.
That's sweet.
So
Now, do you
it's
know?
one of those like mods that you really have to have because it not only does it give you a new vantage point on cyber or on Night City, but it makes traversing that map so much more enjoyable because you're not running into cars and sending them into the fucking atmosphere.
Do you know that if if you have the GOG version, are you able to install those mods, or do you have to have the Steam
Yeah.
version?
No, yeah, yeah. If you have the GOG version, all you have to do is go on to whatever. Like I think standard
It
is
probably
just
has a
whatever
mod
you.
manager, right?
Yeah,
Where's
it doesn't have a mod manager. It has one that you can get off of the standard mod
Well,
databases.
that's what
what
I
is
mean.
GOG?
They have like a third party
GOG,
mod
yeah.
manager, GOG, GOG.
What is
It's
GOG is
rates.
Cyberpunk's or
Yeah,
whatever
CD Projekt Red's
CD Projekt Red's basically
version of
launcher.
Steam.
It's
Yeah.
the stuff
Okay.
that they did for games that don't have DRMs. So you can go
Right.
in there and buy all your old games that you enjoyed playing and everything like that. So
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, literally, it's made me want to. One, because I bought a Steam Deck and I've been using that. We'll talk about that next show. But it's made me also like I literally have almost spent another $30 on a game I've already purchased once, just to get
Yeah.
it on Steam, so I can get all those mods and things like that. But I don't know.
and
I've been
it can
interested
be
in playing
played
it.
on the Steam Deck or on the Steam Deck. As far as I can tell,
It's
it has
fully
Steam
capable.
Deck
Yeah.
settings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fully capable to do it.
I also have a Steam Deck.
Yep. We'll
Bill
talk about
also
that
has a Steam Deck. Yes.
in 2 weeks. I'm excited to talk about that. I can't wait.
Look at you
I can't-
guys.
So yeah, nothing has really changed with it other than the fact that they've put in some good quality of life changes. Prior to the anime, they brought out a patch that did a couple of changes as well. That kind of the best part about that whole patch was as well as if you watch the Edge Runner anime, it has tie-ins to the Edge Runner anime.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but there's like you can meet certain people, you can find certain weapons. There's the one of the main pieces of music in the Edge Runners you can hear playing on the radio constantly.
Nice.
It's everywhere. They literally pasted it everywhere, so nowhere that you go, you're not gonna find it and be like, oh, hey, that's from that's from the anime. So
I mean, what I will say
it's
about this too is that one of the things that we don't have in the news that I'll quick hit mention here is that GTA 6 a bunch of shit got leaked, like 2 hours
Yeah.
worth of gameplay shit
It's-
got leaked in that.
I didn't get to
Um,
watch it. I wish that I hope I can find one of the leaked
you
videos.
can. It's all over the fucking place. I watched it, and what I would say is that watching that, and I know it's still far off, I still have hopes that like Cyberpunk, we will get a version of a online, like being able to live in that world and be in that world in a multiplayer setting. Because I looked at what that was for GTA 6, and I'm like, man, like I don't know, like one of the things about Cyberpunk is I loved being in that world. As glitchy as it was, I loved exploring it. It
Yeah.
felt alive. It felt like living, though it
It's
was
a very
glitchy,
beautiful world, man. Like for it
glitchy
being
living
like a
world.
dystopian type of future, like it is very beautiful.
Like I really do hope that we can get there, because from what I saw from GTA 6, that shit looks like a reskinned Red Dead Redemption Online, the Red Dead 2. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
like I said, yeah,
It
looks-
it did not look good.
It's pre-alpha footage. Leave it alone, dude.
I'm just saying, like it still
years.
doesn't look great.
I mean, anything's gonna look shit in pre-alpha state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I-
haven't
I-
even
I mean-
began to work on polish for it. You're one of those fucking dudes that's gonna shit on something whenever it's like
no, I'm not.
a fucking infant.
most
Like you look
polished
at this
game
look,
ready
it's like you walk
on
down the
launch.
street.
The worst part is that like he was playing Gundam last night, and I was like, "This looks like shit." He's like, "No, it's not, bro. You're
That's not what I
you're all
said.
about
You
the
walk
looks,
down the
man."
street,
And that's
you see
not
a
what I said.
fucking baby.
Oh my
and
God.
you're like,
Oh, what
that
oh,
baby's
fuck.
a loser that's never gonna amount to anything. You don't even know what it's gonna grow up to be. It could be fucking the next big
This
shit.
is not, Chad. This is not fair, because literally I can't talk a lot, and they're fucking ganging up on me knowing that I can't talk a lot.
Leave GTA 6
Like-
alone. I don't even like Rockstar games, and I'm the one
Oh,
defending it.
God.
What the fuck is going on here?
All I'm saying is that the animations that okay, whatever, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying it. I got it. It's pre-alpha, man. I'm hoping I know it'll get better. I'm cool.
So-
like it's gonna get
So
gorgeous.
to answer your
Cyberpunk.
question, we're not
Fuck.
going to see an online unless it's from a mod of some sort. We're just not. They've already stated that they've canceled the online version of Cyberpunk. It's
Well, that's
it's
good. They
not
need to
coming out
fucking
from them.
fix the other shit.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
unless we see it from a mod, which is very possible, if the code is in there for online of any kind, like I'm sure that they'll have somebody that tries to push forward on it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this next expansion too. Like it does look like it's going to be kind of interesting. We've only gotten like little sprinklings of what the story is going to be like, but it looks like it's going to be like some kind of governmental, like conspiracy theorist type situation, which sounds kind of cool to me. But yeah,
Sounds right
so
up your alley.
that's Cyberpunk for you. So it's been good. It's been buggy, but it has been fun.
Cool. Moving on. I'm gonna bounce over to Bill. You have been playing 2 games. This one is Steel Rising, right? That's the name of the game.
Steel Rising, yes.
Steel Rising. I'm gonna jump ahead here just a little bit and give us some gameplay while you're on there. So talk to us about it. What is Steel Rising? This everyone is saying that this is a Life of P, fucking the shitty version of Life of P.
Lies of P.
Lies
First
of
off.
P, Life of P, whatever.
It does matter. It's a Pinocchio game, so the lies make sense. But I can understand where people can draw the similarities, but they're other than the main character being an automaton, there's literally no other like. You're an automaton. You're fighting automatons. That's really the only connection between Lies of P.
Definitely the
this.
timing of this coming out and like Liza P's like dropping like
It's ironic, but
yeah.
they're different enough mechanically and storyline wise that I think they can exist in the same space. Like
Yeah.
it's not that huge of a. I don't think anybody's stealing ideas, is I guess what I'm saying. So this is a game that takes place during the French Revolution in an alternate
Viva la
universe
revolution!
where King Louis decides, you know what? To quell a revolution, let's just kill everybody with automats. So that's what he does. He just basically goes full Nero and scorched
Definitely,
Earth's France with a
definitely
bunch of
got
automatons.
King Louis down for sure. Let's just revolution, kill them all,
Yeah.
burn their body.
So you are an automat named Aegis that was created to be the basically like a handmaiden type thing to what's her face
Wait,
Marie
wait,
Antoinette.
maidens. So it's a life
Oh,
of
it's
or
what-
it's a P and a
and
there's
elderly.
no maidens, no maidens.
No maidens. But yeah, you're an automat made to protect Marie Antoinette, and she's basically sending you off to stop Louis from continuing to murder all of France with machines. And then the plot line develops from there. It's a pretty decent story, honestly, even if it is extremely weird. But
Yeah.
gameplay wise, it's a Souls like. It's an indie Souls like, so you kind of get what you pay for in that regard. But I do think, given the price tag of it, it is worth
Oh, that
that
was gonna be
price
that was
tag.
gonna be my question. Was that
$50, I
it's
thought.
like $50, right?
Yeah, so it's a $50 game. It's $10 off of like standard pricing. Um, it does have a lot of polish that comes with that price tag. I haven't had too
Yeah.
many bugs or
At
issues
least.
with it. It is a little bit choppy on how it runs on PC. I even with my system, I'm not able to run it on ultra settings without the frames like
Wow,
dipping
really?
pretty low. Yeah,
On a 3080 Ti, you can't run this thing at
it's
ultra. That's crazy.
yeah, it has like the ray tracing and all that, but yeah, it's like between
I
30 and
can
45 frames if I
can
jack
tell you
everything up to
why.
ultra. So huh?
I can tell you why. It's because it with indie developers. So they're doing volumetric fogging like on here, like all these. Like I don't know if all of the levels have this, but with
All of the
volumetric
levels
fog.
have it. Yeah.
So with the
Have you
volumetric
ever been to
fog,
France, man? It's accurate.
yes, I have been to France. Like, it's not a country I preferably like.
Wait, so
Uh,
wait, France has a bunch of automatons that are trying to kill each other?
No
Mhm.
fog.
yeah, it's got a bunch of fog.
Volumetric
It's
fog.
not. It's not
It's
fog.
all
It's
rendered
fucking. It's
in.
farts.
It's-
That's accurate. This is period accurate.
But anyway, that's why. It's because most indie developers actually don't know how to properly optimize for volumetric fogging, and so with it doesn't surprise me that the game doesn't run, super well. God damn it!
Sin's
Woo.
not running very well.
Keep it
either.
going.
Yeah, Sin is definitely not optimized currently.
But so it's a Souls like. It controls just like you would expect. It's got a unique stamina system. If you've ever played Neo, it kind of gives me that vibe
I was about to
one-
say it definitely gives me Neo vibes, honestly. Whenever
where-
I was watching you play it, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see that. I can see the lure.
So whenever you drain your stamina down, it's in lore wise, it's your gears heating up. So since you're an automat, your components are heating up, you're overheating basically. And once you burn off all your stamina, you go into an overheat mode. If you time a button press properly, you vent that heat off and it makes you build up a little bit of cold, but it makes you so you're immediately able to start counterattacking again, which is really good. It's a fun way of keeping that aggression up, but making it a skill based aggression instead of just saying no stamina whatsoever. And if you don't manage that properly, you can freeze yourself and be stuck thawing out. Basically, you have to like spam buttons to unblock yourself.
That's a cool that's a cool concept. That's something that's
It
not.
is a cool concept, especially considering some of the enemies also have like frost on their attacks as well. So if you're fighting one of these frost enemies and you're like using that vent to keep the aggression up and you're building up your own frost meter, if they hit you once, you're frozen. So
That's kind of like Mortal Shell, right? Didn't Mortal Shell have like a
it
like
had
a hardened,
like a stone system or whatever.
yeah, like Mortal
it's
Shell
similar.
used hardened or something.
Yeah, it's similar, but in this game, it's a detriment to go into that mode. So
Okay,
um,
right.
but that's the biggest thing from this. It has a lot of weapons, dual swords, daggers, this like chain whip thing. The weapon systems are honestly pretty unique, even if there's not a lot of them. And it's got an element system, which is pretty standard. Your fire does a damage over time. Your ice freezes enemies after you build it up, and then the lightning makes it so that attacks from other sources do increase damage.
So let me ask you this, because we obviously over the last couple of weeks have had Thymesia come out. You now have this coming out. Liza, Liza P, I think, is not until later, right? Like that's not until next
Yeah,
year.
they don't have a release date. It's just 2023. They don't have a hard date for it yet.
So let's just go with this and Thymesia. Both kind of in the Souls-like element.
Yeah.
Which would you like if I could
I
only get
recommend
one?
Thymesia.
Thymesia over it. Yeah.
Yeah, Thymesia is $25, so that's half of the price of this one. And I don't know, I just enjoyed Thymesia a bit more. This game is definitely, in all intents and purposes, the better game, I would say. But for value, bang for your buck, I think Thymesia really nails what it's going to do on a budget. The boss fights are really good. The combat is smooth, fluid, and fun to play through. It's just really short. I think that's really the only downside to Thymesia is the level design is not great and it's very short. But honestly, with this, again, level design is the big letdown. It's a lot of corridors going through buildings and streets and stuff.
That's not the only letdown. Can I just say that if you're gonna play or if you're gonna develop your game inside of a French Revolution inside of France, at least get voice actors that sound fucking French.
Yeah,
Like
they've
I
got
know I,
like
I cannot
English and
count the amount of
Cockney
times.
accents.
Yeah, I cannot count the amount of times that Bill would just like walk up to a fucking house and be like, "Oh, good day, mate. My name's Earl. What you doing out there?" Just like what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, not exactly a period piece on that one. It's good though. I
It was good, yeah.
It gets me like that. It is like at a $50 price point though. I mean, it looks polished, it looks good, but it's just like for an indie developer, like I don't know how many other games they're known for. I don't know what developer this is, but it's just so audacious. I feel like for an indie developer to put a game
Oh,
out
look at Scruffy
for
bringing out
over
big
$50.
words.
Yeah, well,
Audacious.
I would
is
say it falls into the same area as like Hellblade on that like polish to like scale with
Hellblade?
like
Hellblade or
Hellblade,
Hellpoint?
yeah. Hellpoint?
no Hellblade.
Hellblade. Okay,
Like
yeah.
Where it's like
I
it's like
know.
a double A production, not quite triple A, but not quite indie.
Right.
The
You're
game
saying
is extremely long,
wait,
by
wait,
the way.
I just want to make sure you're saying when you say Hellblade, you mean Sin was like
And
Hellblade?
was yeah, right.
Yes, that's
That's
what I'm talking about. Yes.
okay.
It's in that level of development where it's not exactly a triple A game, it's not exactly an indie game.
What's the name of the game again? I
Still Rising.
Steel Rising.
Steel Rising.
What they've
But it's a fairly long game. I'm
I
about
mean, that's good at least. Like
yeah, I'm about 8 hours in, and I just hit the halfway point roughly.
Oh, this
Um,
is not their first game. It looks
they
like
did do
these guys
Greedfall.
made Greedfall. Yeah, they
Okay.
did Orcs and
I
Men,
mean, yeah,
Fairy.
Greedfall's known.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give it to them. I mean, that's definitely bold. But
Funny thing, the Steel Rising devs are French, so they.
Yeah, it made no sense to me. I'm like, why would you make a French fucking a game set in France and then have oh good day, mate. My name's Earl. You know, I'm just like, come on, like fork out a little bit of extra cash and at least have some people that are like, oh, oui, yes, you are automata, oui.
He just wanted them to say wee wee. So
At
here's
the
what
end of the day, though, to wrap this one up, for your question, Sin, I still think Thymesia is the best bang for your buck, just because you don't get that good of an experience on that budget very often. So it's hard for me not to recommend that one.
well that's the thing about this that I honestly like. I literally went to go buy it. Right, I saw you play it. I was like, oh, like this seems right up my alley. Went to go pick it up.
Extremely good.
But when I saw that $50 price tag, I immediately bounced, like backed off. I was like, I don't know if it's that.
I don't think it's worth the $50 price point. My two gripes with it, because the gameplay itself is phenomenal. I didn't like it at first because I was having a bad day and I was taking it out on the game and I was like, this game's a piece of shit. But then I came back to it. I cooled down. I recollected myself. Game's really good. I just didn't understand how to play. I didn't use the vent system once that first time I played it, and I was like, it takes so long to kill anything because I have to back off every time. But two gripes. Level design, a little boring.
Mhm.
And they have a mid boss for like every area that you go to. And the mid boss is just a big version of like a standard enemy. I didn't
It's
like that.
just a DPS check essentially.
More or less.
Hmm.
That being said, the end of level bosses are chef's kiss amazing. They are some of the best Souls-like bosses that I've seen. They're all extremely unique. They're all fun to fight. They've got good boss mechanics. They felt fair. It's everything you want from a Souls-like as far as those bosses go.
Okay.
But I do wish they would have been a little bit more original with the mid bosses. That's really it. Steel Rising, highly recommend. It's
Okay.
just if you need a budget Souls-like, go to Thymesia. If you're interested in this setting specifically, I think it's worth the 50.
This game's definitely got me excited for Atomic Heart, mainly because of the automatons and whatnot. It definitely gives
Dude,
me
I think mechs are the new zombies. I genuinely do. I
seriously.
think automats and mechs are the new zombies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on, there was another game, Bill, that you played. That
Yeah, I'm actually playing new games, guys. It's not just Elden Ring every
I know
week.
it's crazy. No, it's okay. I took over your spot, and I'm playing the same fucking game over and over and over again, so it's fine. Solstice. I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this one just because we did talk about the demo and I haven't gotten super far into it.
Well, I do want to preface
it's-
one quick thing. I have not had a chance to go back. I told you I was going to go back and play it. I have not had a chance to do that. So I do want to put that out there.
Yeah. So Solstice has had its full release. I've been playing through it. Still has the best colorblind options out of any game. Like its accessibility options are like top tier. Very impressed with that. And the game it's living up to the expectation. That demo area they did was actually a really well patched together, like several different sections. I started, like I got to where that demo area started, and they expanded it out significantly. So the game seems like it's got a lot of length to it. I'm very much enjoying it. It's giving me that like Devil May Cry feel or that old school God of War feel that's doesn't really come around too much anymore. Outside of like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. Um, it's been a really good time. The biggest complaint that I've been seeing, and it was one that Sin brought up whenever we were talking about the demo, is the fixed camera. I will tell you guys, it is 100% confirmed. You can see it on the screen now. During most combat sections, you have full control over your camera, whether you want to lock on or if you want to 360 like independent aim it. The combat sections, most of the time, allow you to do that. There's a few sections, 2 combat segments that I've gotten to so far in the 3 hours that I've played. That it was a corridor, and it locked the camera at one end of the corridor, and then you kind of had to like it would like follow you up and back. You couldn't rotate it, and that was a little bit frustrating. Outside of that, the static camera for the platforming and stuff has not hindered my gaming experience at all, and I would say has enhanced my gaming experience with this game in particular, just because the environments are so beautiful. This is one of the prettiest games as far as like environmental detail that I've seen come out in a while. I'm very much impressed with it. And that static camera really brings out those environmental details. It gives you the landscape as your scenic point, and you're just kind of like a little ant running around on it, which I find fun. It's they've never put the platforming in a way that it's felt detrimental. So
I will say that
big
I've read
props to
through
them.
I read through the reviews, and I'll toot the
I think
horn.
I think I'm in the minority when it comes to enjoying the camera.
Yeah,
But
I would say that it's just one of those things where, and I said this too, like on last week's or last episode, last episode, that the camera angle, though, the like you're looking at this and it really is pretty, it's gorgeous, like the lighting effects, the backdrop, the environment. I said when we played, I was like, it gave me a mobile vibe because like most mobile games now that are in this kind of thing that do like a platformer hack and slash do a static camera. like it's because we have been trained now to see it, and a lot of the comments that I read through, like I read through quite a bit of like Steam reviews just because I knew it was going to come up.
It genuinely seems like
It's
that's the only gripe people have with it. They're
yeah,
like,
well, no,
great
I'm
game,
yeah,
camera's
I
bad.
yeah, I don't want to, and I'm not knocking anything else because I that like I said, I haven't played it again, but that was like I said, that was my gripe, and I knew that that was going to be a thing because like the moment that you said God of War, it took me back to like God of War 2 days, like God of War 1 days, like playing that
Yeah.
God of War with
Like,
that, and
Yeah.
that's set.
absolutely. Which for me, that's a big nostalgia hit. Like, I loved that era of gaming. Like, that was my shit. Before the Souls-like genre was even a thing, the hack and slash genre was what I played the most of, horror and hack and slash. So this has been a treat, man. It's
Yeah.
been a really good time. And the dual character system is just as polished as it was in the demo, if not more so. It feels more receptive. For anybody that's unaware, you are a Chimera warrior, two souls fused into one body. So the main character you're controlling through the actual inputs of like comboing and stuff. And then the ghost girl, she will auto attack things off screen for you, and you'll get these button prompts to allow her to deflect like projectiles coming at you or freeze enemies as they're about to attack you so that you can then counter attack. It's extremely well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's look, we said it on the last episode that them choosing the camera was going to be something that it was a stylistic and artistic choice. You
Mhm.
know, and so, um, you know, whether you love it or hate it, it is their choice to do it. I do like, I mean, obviously, again, like you said, I think, it's probably hurt them more than it has helped them in the public eye. Maybe from a stylistic standpoint, you know, it definitely has helped them, but from you know, I wish they kind of maybe would have just given you an option to say, "Hey, turn it
I
off."
think the option would have been the right play, but
Yeah.
I understand why they stuck to their morals on this aspect. They're wanting to channel that era of gaming th-
I
Yeah,
like it though.
for better,
I'm in the
for
minority
better or
too, I
worse,
think.
and I'm
it's
willing to
just
accept I'm in a minority for still really enjoying that static camera feel.
I
it's
am a big fan of like seeing the whole scope of things, and like it really shows you how kind of minuscule you are.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I mean,
I
you can get that scope still from a free camera, but
right, but
it
I
can be missed,
it
and they don't
captures it
want
really
that to be
well
missed.
with especially that scene you ran across like that boat. Like I was like, wow, that's I don't
well,
know.
the thing
It's
about it is that it doesn't like again, and I'm not arguing for or against, but what I would say is that I think in certain genres it works really it's accepted like immediately. In the horror genre specifically, it's accepted because it's like, okay, cool, nostalgic Resident Evil 2 days, right? Resident Evil days, and also a certain camera can make you feel uncomfortable. Like a camera angle that you can't see everything naturally brings out an uncomfortable feeling. In this, the scope of it is so that you can see, you know, the massive scale, and again, it's an artistic thing, and so it doesn't, I don't think it naturally clicks with everybody saying like, oh, this is why this is here, and I can see it from an artistic standpoint. They kind of look at it and be like, why the fuck am I playing a game that has a static camera in 2022? You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, I'm not arguing that it's a bad decision. I'm saying I think that's where probably like my mindset went, and probably the majority of people's mindset is going that don't like the camera angle.
Yeah, and that's fair.
So
yeah.
but
Solstice,
I'm
I'm
glad
going
it's
to
good.
continue playing it. Once I finish it, I'll give a more thorough rundown
What's
at
the
some point.
price tag on it? 40?
This one is 40. Yep.
40? Nice.
So I feel like that's an appropriate price point for this. I feel like that would probably be what Steel Rising maybe should have been to get more people interested. But
Yeah, but
I think 40 is a good sweet spot for this game.
Cool.
Word.
Moving on to Scruffy. You have been playing Chernobyl.
oh yeah.
That
I
Chernobyl light. Fuck.
not yes, Chernobylite. All right. I was expecting the other game, but yeah, Chernobylite. This is a post-apocalyptic game. I actually haven't played it in like a couple weeks or so, so I gotta jog my memory on a few things that I did in it. But very reminiscent, I'd say, to a Stalker-esque game. It's man, this game actually was really sweet with like just the level design and everything. I remember when I played this, it almost had a horror aspect to it as well, but it's a semi-open world post-apocalyptic game. You kind of go into, you know what it actually is? It's almost like you go into like raids of like Tarkov. You pick missions and you go into raids. It's single player, but you go against like AI and you have like you got missions and whatnot you have to like do and achieve. And there's missions or I should say raids that you do directly to progress the story, and then there's also raids that you do just to get like materials and whatnot. Because okay, when I first saw this game, I did not know like the whole like scope of how much they had in this game. There's a lot of like mechanics that like totally took me off guard. Like Fallout 4 style base building. Like you're in your own base, but you like have full control of like customizing it. Like, you know, where your workbenches go, where your beds go. And I can only assume with like adding more beds that you have, you know, colonists and whatnot too. I believe you can find colonists within like the raids that you can recruit to come back to your base. Like I was very, very surprised with how much this game had to offer for just what it is, because I went into this thinking it's gonna be you know, a stalker style Fallout, you know, to kind of explore, go through an RPG story, and that's gonna be really it. But no, it's actually got a lot more to it. It's even got like traders like that you find within the raids that you can like trade supplies, buy lockpicks, rations, all that kind of stuff. But
I think
oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I've been playing a little bit of this too. Like just very like I've only done like maybe an hour of it.
yeah.
And I will say that I think this is one of the hidden gems that has been looked over in
Oh
the
yeah,
in this category, right? Like you know,
definitely.
the star like you said, Stalker 2. And I think this is a perfect time, guys. If you are waiting for Stalker 2, go pick up Chernobyl Light. It's not that expensive and it's worth every fucking penny. Like
Yep.
it really, even in just the hour that I've played, like
It's
it's just so good. Like
It's definitely, yeah, I think it's definitely a hidden gem, like you said, you nailed that. It's got a lot to it. It's the Farm 51, they're the developers of it. I think the intro, I'll say get past the intro. The intro was fun, but it was definitely it's different from the intro of the game to like the actual core aspect of like the loop of the game. But this part actually had dolls, and I just remember Enigma was like jumped in right as soon as the dolls were there. He hates dolls, but
Fuck dolls, man. Not fuck dolls, like fuck
fuck.
the
dolls in
game's
Wait,
general.
actually like kind of
it has
scary
fuck
too.
dolls?
This mission I was in, there was like little kids laughing and shit, like
Yeah,
ghosts
no, I'm
popping up,
good,
dude.
man.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
The game's got a lot more to it than like you really would expect
Yeah,
out of a
that's I'm
post-apocalyptic
good,
game.
man.
You
Yeah,
know?
no.
And the fact they're
Uh,
watching TV, even that's even creepier.
You can fast forward this part if you want to. I'm just
No, why?
putting
Why?
that out
I'd say the gunplay is very mediocre. It's nothing to write home about. It's just kind of a typical like almost an arcadey shooter when it comes to the gunplay. Um, you can definitely cheese a lot of the enemies by crouch spamming and head glitching, but I don't know. Other than that, it's got a fun loop of, like I said, doing the raids, doing the missions, going in, finding materials. I find myself liking to explore every inch of the, you know, the raid that you do. Because it's actually got, like I said, a great world design. That is one of the things I enjoyed the most. There was a lot of aspects to it where you could find traders, a sleeping guy that I stole his booze. I kind of felt bad for that, but
Well,
you
don't
know,
sleep in the apocalypse. What do you do? What do you do?
what do you expect?
Oh,
Outside on a couch, like,
right. It's also
uh,
too like I'm pretty sure it has mod support, right? Doesn't it have mod support?
I don't know actually, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think
I
it does
wouldn't
have
be.
mod support. So
Um,
I don't know.
it's it's got
I
seasons
think it's
to it.
definitely worth it. Also, too, plays phenomenal on the Steam Deck. Phenomenal on the
Oh,
Steam
there you
Deck.
go.
I
And
also have a Steam Deck.
So,
yes, Bill
oh,
also has a
big
Steam
Metro
Deck.
vibes too. It's a good combination, honestly, of all those post-apocalyptic games. They kind of nail the head on a lot of those aspects that those games are well known for. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
it's the one, man.
All right. Well, moving on, there is another game that actually myself and Scruffy have played, and this we started playing just like 2 days
Couple days
ago.
ago. Yeah,
So
like
Omega
out of nowhere,
Strikers.
man.
Omega
Like
Strikers.
yeah. So Omega Strikers. This now, like I said, this is a game that kind of came out of nowhere for me, at least. It's been in a pre-alpha for a little bit, and there was you know, some people testing it that I just figured out about. But this game essentially your League of Legends meets Rocket League. I like to see it more as like maybe a air hockey, but you know it's got that soccer feel to where you're going and putting a puck into a goal. And it's League of Legends where it's like a brawler. You have like I think 9 different heroes you could select from. You have one goalie and 2 forwards on each team, and it's just a quick 3v3 match, best of 5, to advantage, and you win. And it's just very surprising, honestly. Like this
It,
game came out of nowhere, and it's just a blast. You can jump right into it and just
the,
have tons of fun with it. I don't know.
the big thing about it is that it's one of these games that it's easy and quick to pick up, and quick in the sense also too it boots fucking hella quick. Like the game fucking boots within like
Oh
a
yeah,
millisecond. I don't know why, but it does.
yeah.
But anyway, it's one of these things where it is like I said, it's easy to pick up, it's quick to pick up, it's fun, but it
If you
is
have League
definitely
experience, it translates almost
yeah.
seamless. Like,
But it is also too very much a game that is hard to master, and you know
mhm.
the people that are going to spend time in it are going to be better, and you can definitely see a very quick curve, right? One of the things I love about it too, I love MOBAs. They're one of my favorite genres, and every single like it's the like if you know me and you know League and you've ever been into my stream, I play off meta. Like I don't play meta stuff. So like I will play what's his name? Boop
Dubu?
what's his name?
Boo.
Dubu.
Dubu. Yeah, Dubu. Dubu, who's like the big fat hamster guy. And he is typically a goalie. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna play him as a fucking forward, right? But it works. And like there's cool and like you have
Yep.
like you can build your character in different ways. You select 3 different abilities or
They're called
traits,
trainings. They're
perks, yeah.
essentially your stats.
Like
You know,
yeah,
and like
little perks and stuff.
yeah, little perks. Yeah.
That you can do that'll change the character and all that kind of and add different elements to it. And it's good. I mean, it's made by X Riot devs, so
Yep.
they did a really good job with it. And like I said, it's completely free to play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to pick it up. It's a small game too, like 8 gigs or something, easy to download, easy to get into.
This
It's
also plays
honestly,
really well on Bill's Steam Deck because Bill's got a Steam Deck.
Hey
oh,
guys,
dude,
Sinan
yeah.
has a Steam Deck too, by the way.
I bet this game is a blast on the Steam Deck, honestly, and
It
it's going
is.
to be coming out to mobile as well. So
Yep. So it's really is, and the cool thing about it too, no predatory pay to win, like none.
yeah,
Like you can earn all of the characters for free, right out of the gate. In fact, you get enough coins to buy freaking I think like 3 characters out of the gate, which will get you all
yeah,
of them except for the one that I'm playing here, which is their newest character, which is
which
25,000
is
coins, but you can
yeah,
still
every
get
other
that.
is 10,000.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah, they
it's
really start you off good with it, and the cool thing too is like they have like legit like a release date for each of the new characters that they're coming out with. I think the next character comes out October 6th, another one mid October, and then November and so on. Like they actually tell you like the legit release dates of all the characters, so that's I think really cool too.
Yeah. The other thing too, since we're about to go and talk about the Twitch drama, is the monetization aspect that they have for creators in this is very, very, very interesting. Did you know about this, Scruff? About like their monetization, how they monetize their creators?
Um, I know through like the creator versus event right now. I don't know exactly what the details are
So
though.
yeah, so the way that this works is that the creator versus event, you select and you can change it as much as you want, but basically as you play, the partners or creators that they have chosen, and I saw it and I haven't don't quote me on it, but the thought there is that they're going to on full release allow you to link up your account, so like you'll link your Twitch account to it, and then people can actually join your team, and they'll play the games. And if they win, they earn points. The more points your team earns, the higher up in the ranking it goes. The higher the ranking that goes, the more percentage that you earn. Upwards to the top like 10 people will earn 5% of all of the earnings that are sold in that season. So every pack that's bought, every skin that's purchased, every battle pass that's done, the creators of that group will earn 5% for that, which is
Interesting. That's
that's
pretty,
that's
yeah,
unheard of. Like that does not happen in a game like
So
yeah.
if
this.
people are like when you say creators, are you talking like
Streamers like Twitch
streamers and stuff?
streamers, yeah, like
Streamers,
Moist
yeah.
Critical is one of them.
Yeah.
There's a few
Doc-
other
Dr.
names.
Lupo,
Yeah,
Rockin', all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, and this is a kind of a quick hit and out of nowhere, but that reminds me of Super People. You know how they were doing those tournaments in Super People?
Yeah.
Well, apparently I heard that the devs have found a loophole on how not to pay out some of the winners.
Oh, of course. Great. Well, I'm glad they have our phone number and all our fucking information. That's awesome.
That's you.
Yeah, so that's something that just kind of popped up on my feed. I was like, oh, nice.
But yeah, I just thought that was really cool. I thought it was a really interesting. That's something that again you don't hear of.
Yeah.
You know, normally it's like use my code, my creator code. This was a way that you can play the game, and the cool thing I like about that is that it kind of is one of these things where, like, let's say like myself and Bill and Scruffy, we all are teamed up, and we could eat, like, the way that they talked about it is that based on the people that are in your group that are actually playing, if they're really good, they can skyrocket you to the top of the leaderboards, no problem. Because even though it's a quantity versus quality thing, like if you have a bunch of people that suck ass in the game, it takes points away from things. So every time someone loses, it deducts points from your thing. So it was really cool. I don't know. It was a cool concept.
That's different. I like that. That's cool.
So, anyway, Omega Strikers, it's free. It's on Steam.
Free to play. No reason not to.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. You guys ready? I should have like fucking Rocky music. You guys ready for this shit?
Right. It's about to go down.
It's about to go down. It's
about to go down.
Fucking crazy. Okay. Where do we start? All right, let's you guys have a preference point? Because there's just so much to go through. Here.
I don't even know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start back 3 weeks ago, right?
It's time to go back.
We talked about a streamer who was banned for having sex on stream, right? If you guys remember, 7-day ban, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Going back to that.
So, the clip that I just want to, the clip that she was banned for was nowhere close to as bad as what the actual fucking stream was, where it was full blown. Like everyone was like, oh, you could kind of see it. No, they somehow people found the VOD, somehow whatever else. It was full blown sex. Like you could full blown see it happening right on camera during that 7-day ban. Right? I'm starting it off by just saying that 7-day ban. Fast forward to now, right? Right? We have a whole entire channel that is or a category that is gambling that is now no longer allowed to be on stream. Right? So we can have people having sex on stream, that's fine. We can have hot tub streams, that's fine. But God forbid if you go and play a slot machine on Twitch, that is now completely gone and not allowed. The whole entire category.
Fair, I do think gambling is potentially more damaging than the others. The others are just unsightly to have on the site, but I do think gambling is more detrimental potentially to the audience themselves.
I'm in the agreement with that, and in some aspects, definitely. I mean, get rid of it all. I would love, just clean the slate, but that'll never happen.
So okay, let me ask you guys this. Let's play devil's advocate here, because
I mean, the people that are going and throwing like thousands of dollars at these bikini people, that's damaging as well. But gambling's a different kind in my book. I feel like the potential addiction route with that, and basically
like the influence it has too.
Yeah, the influence and the cool factor that the people are seeing. Like I don't know.
So
gambling's never rubbed me the right way, and I can deal with creamed corn all day, but I can't deal with the gambling aspect.
So the thing for me is the fact that these gambling streamers are, most of them, like the top ones, are getting paid out by these sites, and
okay, so
creating a false like almost advertisement of like, oh, you can win big on these sites. Like you see how much money this streamer's got, and that immediately goes and clicks in all these viewers' heads. Like, oh, I could do it too, and then
let's dissect it, right? Let's dissect each part of this, because this is a very multifaceted issue, right? So one, if we're gonna take things down to its base core, gambling and hot tub streams, or cream corn or cornography or whatever you want to call it, right? You take things to the base level. At base level, it is not Twitch's responsibility to police people going and seeing that, because no different than if I go and I open up 50 loot boxes on Overwatch or whatever game or something like that to say, okay, well, in my mind, or here's a great, for instance, let's take Overwatch, let's take a gotcha game, right? A gotcha game is a form of, well, gambling, right? Like, I'm putting money in, I'm getting something in return, right? Though I'm not getting money in return, I'm still gambling my money away on a loot roll box. So
I feel like that's the difference, though.
yeah, but the thing is that where is that Twitch's responsibility to say, hey, like, gaming can be an addiction, anything can be an addiction, right? It can be an addictive personality. And it's not like, I don't want my son watching hot tub streams, I don't want my son watching gambling stream, but I don't go to Twitch and say, you need to take this shit off of here because that shouldn't be allowed. Like, I look at it and go, that's not, like, there should be a category, like, cool, put it over in an 18 plus category that you have to verify that you are that old and you are whatever else, and like make it a mature category. But I don't think that it's Twitch's responsibility to say, hey, this is now, especially if you're going to say, hey, gambling is not allowed, but these hot tub streams, which are,
I don't. I mean, I think it's unfair to compare to something that also shouldn't be allowed on Twitch. I'm just saying, like I said, none of it should be allowed. I think getting rid of gambling is a good first step to getting rid of all these, like, bad influence, bad, like, sightly things that Twitch shouldn't be representing in the first place. Of course, it's their money makers and that's what they're going to do. But I'll always stand by it. I know people say it's just a live streaming platform and all that nowadays, but it was always a gaming platform to begin with, and they've strayed so far away from that with all of these, categories that are their
I
money
mean,
makers, and
if
it's
you
the
if
face
you
of
want to
it.
go if you want to go down that route, though, technically gambling is gaming.
it's
In
it's more
essence,
gaming than
yes.
what hot tub streams are.
Yeah,
It is.
it's far more gaming than I mean, you gotta remember though. I mean, some of those hot tub streams,
It's
they do
still
have
a subcategory of gaming.
shit that they do. That's as much gambling as anything.
It's
But
I don't know. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's not persuasive, but it's just very it's full of lies, like what these actual, like, gambling streamers are showing and what they're representing. That's the biggest thing for
How
me.
how
Is
oh, it's predatory. It's one of those things where it's like you go and you watch like XQC and these people are going on there and they're watching him betting hundreds of thousands of dollars and winning millions. In all reality, that's not going to ever happen for them. Like, there's a reason why he can do that, and it's because he's being given that money or he's being given
exactly,
fucking
and that's where
increased winning.
my line draws, is like where it's showing this, like, false representation of, like, what these gambling
They
sites
have
they
do.
had
have
it
you
And
they
that's
had
the
it a while they had
gaming.
it a while ago on YouTube as well, where there was I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a CS:GO gambling website, right? That
Yeah.
these YouTubers were running, and the only reason why they were running it is because they can make money because they were showing these
They're showing
impressionable young men or
exactly.
these people that were addicted to gambling that they were winning millions when in all
Yeah,
reality they owned the fucking site
it
and
was a
therefore
Exactly.
owned the
Phantom
fucking
Lord
yeah.
The
situation.
Phantom Lord
It's a
yeah,
Phantom War. That was him.
exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
so okay.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I just don't think any of it's good. So I think, yeah, it sucks that this is being prioritized over, the sex on stream and the hot tub streams and all of that. But I think it's at least a good
Well,
step to get rid of something that you
I
need to
just
work
find
on
it
every.
weird that people are trying to, like, I guess for the sake of like purging Twitch of what people don't think should be on Twitch is one thing, but it just, I found it really weird that with all of the gambling stuff that went on and like the specific situation that made that happen,
Mhm.
that the hot tub streams even are getting brought up. Like, I get that people don't want them on the platform, but it
oh,
just felt
okay.
really weird that people were using them as, like,
So I'll explain
it just
why
feels like
I bring it up.
anytime something bad happens on Twitch, it's an instantly time to dig at the hot tub stream channel, which I'm not trying to defend that channel, but it feels weird that it keeps getting brought up
So let me
over and over
I'll
for unrelated things.
I'll explain why I brought it up, and I wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't for the thing that I showed you guys and posted. So inside of that, though, it's not hot tub stream, right? Like it's not. It's under just chatting, which is where hot tub stream started. There was a streamer 2 days ago that did a financial domination, and if you guys are not familiar with what financial domination is, it is a kink, it is a fetish that is around someone being basically it's a form of prostitution for financial reasons to dominate somebody financially, right? That is again a fetish or kink. So the reason I bring up hot tub streams is because that kind of content is what is being allowed on Twitch and is now moving into Twitch. When you're sitting here saying, in one hand, holier than thou, and it's not just Twitch that did, like Twitch bent the knee to all of these creators, and to preface where these creators started this, it all started from Slicker. Slicker started this crap because he defrauded a bunch of people for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Like hundreds of thousands of dollars from his viewers. Absolutely wrong. The dude should be banned. He should be permanently banned off of a live streaming platform. Like, he frauded a bunch of people out of a shit ton of money. It's no different than the dude that was like in a wheelchair, Zillion, who was in a wheelchair and wasn't actually in a wheelchair. Come on. Like, you're so you can attack him, but then all of these streamers got all pissy and they said, we're going to leave the fucking platform, or we're taking time off, or we're not doing this, or we're not going to stream during this month if you don't do something about it. Right. And so then what do? They're like, oh, okay, well, cool. Well, we're just going to take away gambling. Right. But yet we have this happening on stream, which is that's a big deal. Like, to say, okay, cool, we're going to allow financial domination on Twitch. Like,
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't think that any of us have argued that should be removed as well. It 100%.
No, I'm saying that's why it brought on the hot tub stream. I wasn't going to bring up hot tub until that happened, because that is a, the correlation.
I was supposed to say, I'm pretty sure that we've been a pretty big
outlier.
proponent. I'm pretty sure that we've been at least I've been a pretty big proponent since we started this fucking podcast that Twitch should be gaming content and gaming content only.
No, I hear you there, and I think the same. I think, I mean, it's an ongoing fight with all of this. I'm not saying any of it should be. I'm not trying to defend any of it. I'm just saying this is at least one step, and leave it to Twitch to take 2 steps back and not ban something else. Because
and to be
at the end of the day, they're money makers. Like, all that shit that pops off, that's making them money. So of course they're not gonna ban it all at once.
To be completely honest as well, the only reason why that they're banning this is probably because they're getting flack from advertisers.
Well, I think
more than likely,
and the whole Slicker situation, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if it's necessarily the advertiser portion. I think they're getting. I think I looked at it and is them bending knee to all of these massive creators because the massive creators decided they wanted to put together. What it scares me is that what happens if these creators all of a sudden get pissed off about some other genre, right? Something else that they don't like that happens, and they want to take it into their own hands to say, hey, we're going to do this. Is Twitch just going to bend a knee to them as well again? Like, are they just going to say, okay, cool, we're not going to do this again, right? Like, that's the scary thing, is that the collective, because what we've been hearing from Twitch over the last 2 years was that, we created this community team that was supposed to be, here to better Twitch and make it a better place, right? We had Co-Carnage and the like 5 or 6 other streamers on there, right? That were supposed to be the community. Where'd that go? None of that. That's out the window. And now we have, if Pokimane and Asmongold and all of the, and Hassan and all these other people decide they wanted to take action, well, then they're the ones that get the stuff done, and everybody else who've been screaming about shit forever doesn't matter. As long if those guys aren't talking about it, then it doesn't matter. Like, that's what it feels like.
I mean,
Am I
that's
wrong?
what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not wrong. They don't care about until it hits their bottom line, and this is with Twitch, YouTube. It doesn't matter the platform with these big media-based platforms. Until it starts hitting their bottom line, they are going to do what they want to do to continue to increase that bottom line. Some of that might be beneficial to the creators on those platforms. Some of it might not. But until it affects their paycheck, it don't matter.
So then on top of that, right, this is not the only thing Twitch does. Twitch then comes out and says, well, this happened a little bit, but this happened, actually, no, right after. right after, which was Twitch said, "Oh, hey, by the way, yeah, the profit sharing thing. Like, let's talk about how we're going to do profit sharing, right?" And basically said, "Oh, the first 100,000 people that get to a certain point, right, that are partners, they're going to get
no,
the
no, no,
right. Is
No.
it 100,000?
no.
Right?
In
Okay, all right.
revenue.
Go ahead. Step in, please. So I don't have to. I can. Don't have to
It's
cough.
each person independently. Up to $100,000 in revenue, they get the 70-30 split.
There it is.
After
That's
$100,000, they go down to 50-50.
and that's on a yearly basis up until the point that they hit their contract, to which their contract will be renewed to the new 50-50 split.
Yep.
Take a
So
look here.
So
once again,
what I
middle finger to their moneymakers.
from what I gathered to it as well, and from what I was watching, like, yeah, it's a terrible thing, like, to be like, hey, by the way, we're going to give you the 70-30 split, and then we're going to take it away from you after 100,000 people, right? The problem with it is that, like, this like, the amount of people that have the 70-30 split, you would think that every large partner would have the 70-30 split. That's not the case. It's like the top 1% have the 70-30 split, and that's it.
It's the only people with the
And there's some people.
contracts, right?
Yeah, there's some. So the way that they from what I was watching an Asmon Gold video about this, and he kind of broke it down a little bit further, right? Because he's one of these people that has the 70-30 split. So what he's saying is that basically select people like him that's one of the bigger money makers on the stream or on the site, right? They get the 70-30 split. The problem with the 70-30 splits, the whole special contract is there's no requirements, right? So when you're in negotiation with Twitch, there's no requirements for what that 70-30 split is, right? There could be people that have, 70, 80,000 fucking subscribers, and they're getting the 30 or the 70-30 split. And then there could be people that are part of organizations that are getting 100 view or 100 views per stream that only have like a couple thousand subscriptions, right? That are getting the 70-30 split, right? It's all up to how and who and how you got your contract if you're going to get this certain split, right? And that was what I found interesting about that whole thing is the biggest thing with that, the reason why some of these people are so pissed is because Twitch is just not being very forthright with how this is obtained or how this was obtained, right? There was no information about that. And then the other reason why people were so pissed about it off about it is the Twitch inside that same thing were like, hey, we know we're fucking you over, right? We know that you're going from, and he broke it down as well. He said that it was like okay, so if you take the 50-50 split, you're making for, I think he was going off of like a 2,000 or a 3,000 subscription channel, right? He's like, you're making like $4,000 a month, with a 50-50 split. If you're on the 70-30 split, you're making $7,500 a month. Basically, you're making almost $8,000 a month. So it's a huge difference, right? Like a huge difference between the two, right? But then they were like, hey, we know that we're taking $4,000 away from you, but look, we're going to give you 55% of the revenue ad split for advertisements, and that'll make up for the $4,000 that we're taking out of your pockets.
Oh. Right, which also too, by the way, needs to be understood and discussed amongst these creators that is like them paying 55% out to those advertisements or whatever is making Twitch more money than like what they were doing before. The reason they're doing that is because they can go and selectively say, hey, we're going to do this advertiser that's going to earn us more money, and we'll pay you more money, but we're getting a huge take from that. Like it's really predatory.
Streamers to run ads because of this false
it's extremely pressuring people. And the worst part about it is that like the ad revenue or the adscape that or whatever you want to call it, the current situation with ads on Twitch right now is so bad. It's so bad that it's not even fucking funny, right? You can log into a fucking site or a stream and have 6 to 10 ads. I went into fucking Burke Black's stream the other night and had 11 ads. 11 fucking ads.
I found a guy the other day who was running a black screen on his stream, farming ads, doing like 1 to 8 ads every like 30 seconds.
Well, also too,
I was
just
just like, this is insane, dude.
I'm pretty sure too, like Burke Black, he doesn't get a commission cut of those ads if he didn't run them.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I
Because
don't
those
doubt it.
the only way that he earns those ad revenues and out of that 55% is if he runs the ad like during that time frame. Yeah, it has to be like the beginning and the middle of the end or something, whatever, the mid-roll, all that bullshit. But again, this is all of this is the complexity that we are all talking about of being like, dude, it is like, and we said it, the one to bring Twitch down is going to be Twitch. Like, if this
But
kind of shit
I also
doesn't anger you,
really
come on.
quickly, not to interrupt you too much, but I also like this whole thing makes me laugh because people are making such a huge deal about it. Nothing changes for 90% of the user base on Steam or on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right? Affiliates, you're still getting the same payout. Most partners are still getting the same payout. Nothing fucking changes.
Right.
Other than the fact that I'm pretty sure that they're pushing the 55% ad revenue to everybody.
They are.
So technically,
At certain
you're getting more money from Twitch at that point.
run, I believe like 90
Yeah,
seconds. of
it's
ads,
it's
like,
it's a lot of ads. It is a lot of ads, but that was one thing that while
minutes.
you guys are posting this, all these things, I was just like, why are people so pissed about this? Like, this is not that
Well,
big of a
because
change.
it's not not necessarily.
It's a slippery slope mentality. For
It is a
lot
slippery
of
slope
people.
mentality. I agree with you, and I agree that it's a fucking shady as shit thing for them to
think
do.
the biggest issue with it is the fact that in that newsletter that they put out, they basically admitted that Amazon has cut them off and Twitch is broke.
Oh yeah, I mean, we already knew that. Like,
We did know that.
we've
That's why
talked about that
That's why
several
they haven't been
times.
able to re-up contracts and stuff like that.
Like,
Yeah,
we've talked about,
we-
and like you said before, like Twitch is the one that's going to take down Twitch. And the worst part about it is that, like, I think we talked about this like 55, 56, somewhere around there, episode 55, 56. We were talking about the fact that, like, I honestly think that Twitch is purposefully trying to do this
They're
Amazon-
so they can
Amaz-
just get the fuck out of it.
Well, Amazon's devaluing it. It's devaluing the I was talking to somebody today. Amazon is devaluing the product so that they can sell it. And my hope is, fuck, Microsoft buys it. My hope, I know
I would
Bill.
love to see Twitch turn into Mixer again.
Yeah, like I think
I think that is the best case end goal scenario if the trajectory continues with Twitch, right?
like I really do. I think Microsoft has a play to buy Twitch because they want we saw it with Mixer. They shut it down because they couldn't build it, right? Well, now you have a built platform.
They couldn't beat. They
Fucking
were
buy it.
building it just fine. They just couldn't beat. They couldn't beat out Twitch's already
So
pre-built.
At that time, like they had a foundation going, like they couldn't beat
Yeah.
it.
And the thing about all this is, like, regardless of, yes, if you read all the fine print, if you read everything, like, does it really affect affiliates like me, you, and the rest of us, that are here? No, but it comes down to the fact of why like all of this, like the banning stuff, the TOS stuff, why the fuck can we not just have an open line of communication that is clear and concise about what this is? The most frustrating thing about anything, right? I've been in sales for my entire life. The most frustrating thing about sales is when you have someone that's just not honest with you. You go to a car dealer and they say, hey, this car's $55,000, right? If you go back in 3 days and the guy's like, oh, I'll give it to you for $35,000. And it's like, well, why the fuck was this dude charging me $55,000? Like, that's frustrating, right? It's annoying. Like, be honest and be upfront. Like, that's all we're asking for in these things. And it's just like, it's I don't know. It's just like, it doesn't fucking
Well,
matter.
I think it ties back into the whole, I think that they're running around like chickens with their heads cut off right now, right? If we know for a fact that Amazon is no longer paying for some of these things, right? We know that. We've seen that for a long time where we've been speculating that Amazon is not as, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're not bought in. They're not bought in.
Yeah,
they don't care.
they're not pushing money to it because they don't see that it's making enough money for them, right? So the problem that I'm looking at is like, okay, if that's the case, you should be wanting to make sure that the current user base that you have on your platform are so fucking happy with the platform that they don't want to move to other platforms. And that's the biggest situation. Yeah, and that's the biggest situation is like they're not. They're just like, fuck it. We don't give a shit. You're gonna move to YouTube? Oh well. We got 80 more people on the payroll over here that'll fucking replace you, right? But the problem with that is if they continue down this road, those 80 people won't be there anymore.
I'll tell you why they're not honest with us either is because, I mean, we were seeing it now too. Twitch is stepping on glass when it comes to, what they say and what they're, doing because of all these top creators right now. I mean, we're seeing it, like you said earlier, like there's a big voice in what these top creators have to say, and like their like their possible move to YouTube. They're using that against Twitch, so they're not gonna just be honest with us, and that's the sad part, is because they can't. I mean, if they don't want to crumble, they're not going to be honest and tell us everything wrong with what's going on right now and everything, because all these top creators are then going to use that against them.
I
It's
mean,
just
this is, if you look at
Yeah, but
every
what's the better case scenario, to have like the info be out there and like own it, or to let people just wildly speculate and then leave anyway?
I know. I don't think there is any way. Like it is just honestly, in the end of the day, Twitch killing itself, because there's no win.
And to be real with you guys, because I always try to be real with you guys, I want Twitch to succeed. Even when I left Twitch before, I still want the platform to do well. I still want it to be a competitor in the field. And this is starting to get to a concerning point where it's kind of flipping in the opposite direction, where if YouTube does continue to gain steam and Twitch does continue to self-sabotage, we're only going to have YouTube as the main competitor, and then it's
well, then
just not
we're
gonna be
back in
good
the
for
same
it.
boat.
You need that competition for growth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
then
we're gonna
we're just back to where we were.
right. We're gonna end up in the same exact fucking spot, and again, it's not like YouTube is all rosy and sunshine. Like, they do a lot of shady shit
YouTube's
as well,
fucking worse too, with
you
how
know.
they're
But
pushing their
I
like
I
the ad. They're having an ad issue right now too, honestly, with the age restriction
well,
issue. I think
Yeah.
their advertisers are really hitting them in the dick hard.
well, here's the thing too about it, is that what I will say is that the people that are in charge of the YouTube gaming side, the YouTube live streaming side, at least are looking at it and going, whether they're smart either way, whether they're looking at it and doing it wholeheartedly, which I don't know if that's the truth, or they're looking at it and being strategic and being like, yo, let's go ahead and roll out this fucking affiliate program. Like, let's leak that shit. Let that go, right? Like, that'll look real good right now. Like, Twitch
It
is
is
fucking
oddly well timed.
so
Yeah.
like, obviously they're smart business people, but at least they're doing some things that are like, okay, cool. Like, we're gonna do the things that are big. So I don't
One
know. I
last
mean,
thing I want to bring up about Twitch before we jump over to YouTube side. Do you think that the banning of the gambling section had anything to do with the ad rev changes, or do you think it was just really poorly timed?
I think it had to do with, I think it was poorly timed. I think it had to do with Slicker. It
Yeah.
had to do with that bullshit drama, and then it had to do with all of these creators getting, all up in arms. Which, one of which I'm pissed off about, because Mizkif was, and I'm gonna name drop him because he deserves to be name dropped. Mizkif defended the fucker, like during a lot of the stuff, and then now came out and was like trying to turn heel and say, oh no, he needs to be gone, like that. This stuff needs to go. It's like, dude, you fucking.
Miz got lit up so bad that I don't think he's going to recover himself.
I don't think he is either. And rightfully so.
OTK has indefinitely dropped him, correct?
No, so not yet. They are running a. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on with that, Mizkif, which is part of OTK, which is a very large organization, which actually I really like OTK as an organization.
Isn't Mizkif like
was a-
one of the
He
was a founder.
He's like
He
one
was
of
a
the
founder.
creators?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the founder of it. Basically, this stuff with Slicker kind of was the gasoline fucking lit Molotov cocktail that was thrown into a fucking giant pit of dynamite and gunpowder that was all of these text messages and things like that were like extremely racist, extremely like homophobic, extremely like damning text messages between
By the
him
way,
and
fuck Ice Poseidon for
Yeah, and Ice
holding this
Poseidon.
shit for
yeah,
years.
absolutely. Which
That
that's
was
another thing
my
too.
biggest thing, is it's like okay, so finally now that he's pissed you off enough, now you're gonna leak the bullshit that he fucking did. That's just clout chasing in my
Did
opinion.
you think though that Ice Poseidon was gonna do the morally upstanding thing when it happened?
No,
Fuck
it's
no,
Ice
he's a
Poseidon. We all
fucking
know
Ice
he's a
shitbag.
piece of shit
No.
anyway. But I just
There's in those texts probably that there's shit on Ice Poseidon too that he
I
probably.
don't
but
doubt
he
it.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
of course not. But no, and it's still like he should have leaked that shit as soon as it came out. I mean, like 2018, you're holding it for like 4 years plus. Like,
Yes, and so he leaks that stuff, and so then now OTK is doing a formal investigation, which honestly is true. As a founding person, like people are kind of getting pissed off about that, and they're like, just fucking get rid of
You
it. It's like,
have to.
it is a company, it is an organization. He owns a certain amount of stuff. You have to go through a very certain legal system to do
Plus,
this, right?
he's due his fair he's due a fair
Trial, right? Yeah,
look over with us all this.
innocent until the
Well,
texts come out. I guess.
not in the court of public opinion.
Well, the court of public
Yeah, but
opinion is different than the court of OTK and him owning
Yeah.
like
In
stuff
in the
that,
court of
so.
public opinion, it doesn't matter if it's been fucking 18 years, 30 years. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. They see it, they're like, yeah, get that guy the fuck out of here.
So
Get him
that's
out of here.
and that also hits on a whole thing about like where the meta of I don't think YouTube's there yet. But like the meta of what live streaming has become. It is such the most like the meta right now is the most toxic fucking wasteland that I've ever seen. It is the most like thing. It used to be about gaming and playing games and having fun and whatever. Now it's like how much drama and shit can I start up and how bigger and over the top can I be? Like I swear to God, Mr. Beast is gonna kill somebody one day because his fucking content just has to get bigger and bigger and bigger. These streamers continue like Ice Poseidon literally did this because it would start drama, because it would start which which would get him clout, which would make him and then like
yeah, it's all like shock factor and shit. Like, well, who can outdo the next person?
yeah, like it's fucking crazy, man. Like I'm so over this fucking meta of what live streaming has become. It's really sad. It really is. It's extremely sad. So YouTube, yeah, Bill, talk about the affiliate program with YouTube. Give us some good news.
Yeah, so good news. YouTube announced that it's going to have a few different ways now for you to get into the YouTube Partner Program. They're still going to have the standard route, which is 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours yearly watch time, and no community violations. So that's the way it's always been to get into the partner program. They have now added, with the rise of YouTube Shorts, a way for Shorts creators specifically to get into that YouTube partner program. Since Shorts are a minute long, you'd have to put out a ridiculous amount of Shorts to be able to get the 4,000 hour watch time. So they've got it. So still need 1,000 subs, but over a 90-day period, if you can hit, I think it was 10 million.
Massive, but I mean, shorts are
10 million views in a 90-day period and have 1,000 subs, you will be brought into the YouTube Partner Program.
Is that only on Shorts though? Like, so does the 10 million views accumulate across all of them?
The YouTube Partner Program, it's whether you get in it through the Shorts route or the standard route, it's the same benefits.
But it's
not two different partner programs. It's two routes to get into the same partner program.
Right, but what I'm asking is, for 10 million views, can I go and say, hey, I've got 5 million on my Shorts and 5 million on my main channel? Does that get me in?
No, I think it has to be Short specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at that point, you would probably already have the other requirement, right?
Yeah, but it's the reason they do it that way is because Shorts don't factor into your channel's overall watch time.
Yeah.
And
right.
So you wouldn't be able to use your Shorts to get you into the 4,000 hour watch time for the standard route. So
okay,
that's just hard anyways.
Okay.
Secondary though is that starting they're going to have more info near the end of the year and start of next year, so it's going to be a little ways out, but they are planning on launching what we've been calling in our Discord the YouTube affiliate program. It's basically going to fill the same space as the Twitch affiliate program and create kind of that medium between a brand new channel and YouTube's partner program. So they haven't said what the stipulations are going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat competitive to what Twitch's partner program is. Because for a lot of people that I've talked to, the biggest detractor from them coming from Twitch to YouTube, outside of the chat interface not being as polished and clean and like good for viewers, is the fact that they're able to make money on Twitch and they're not able to make money on YouTube with the live streaming. So this is going to give a way for people that have a small to moderate sized channel to be able to make money while they're still working towards getting to the partner program. So I think that's pretty neat. You're gonna get access to super chats. You're gonna get access to all of the super stuff. I can't remember what all of it is called, but there's like 3 different things, and you'll get access to YouTube memberships, which is YouTube's version of Twitch subs. So,
Yeah.
and that comes with all the benefits that you would get from like a standard Twitch sub. You get if the content creator is doing exclusive content that only members can see, you will get to see that. You'll get access to emotes, which I know is a big thing that people that stream primarily on Twitch would want out of a YouTube stream. It's one of the biggest detractors that makes the viewer experience bad is not enough access to emotes early. So I think that's going to be a good thing, and it gives the creator a way to make money while they're building up their channel.
Did they also
Nice.
too open up hosting or rating to everybody, or is that still?
Oh
only the
yeah, they added a button
partners?
where you can hit allow anybody to raid now for the YouTube rating feature.
Should have
Oh.
just been a thing at the start, man.
I-
Like I really don't understand it.
They were
I'm
testing
with
the
you
water.
on that, but I can understand the potential. I get why they treaded lightly on that, and I'm glad that it didn't take too long for them to implement that button.
I think it was
Yeah.
always going to lead to that button being there anyway.
I
Well,
also
I think-
think that
Well, I had to.
from what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand, the raid feature whenever it first came out was extremely buggy and inconsistent. So I think they needed a smaller sample group
Yeah.
to get it good before they went to the allow all. So.
Hey, at least they're getting there, you know.
Well,
So that's
I
the
mean-
biggest thing that was the biggest deterrent with it was just like in order to make it a community driven style like Twitch is, they had to have that. Like there's no
Well,
ifs,
yeah,
ands, or
that's-
buts about it.
that's-
Like, you
that's one of
have
the-
to have it.
One of the reasons why I came back was because it was like
The-
it's fucking
the-
lonely over there,
And
man.
the,
Like,
and the thing that cracks me up is that like right, so they're opening up hosts over there to everybody. Twitch,
Twitch
is
is getting rid of it.
away
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, the reason they got that, they got that
forgot
button.
about
Was,
that.
yeah, and
No,
they got
I
that
I don't
button because
understand
Twitch
it,
threw
man.
it out.
I'm just like, what?
Twitch is like, hey, you want
Very nice.
discoverability? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh,
YouTube,
shit.
YouTube literally went dumpster diving and Twitch just got garbage and was like, oh, hey, there's a host button here. Let's just give it to everybody here to take that. Let's recycle it. Like, yeah. So
Like I said, YouTube
Fucking
is not all sunshine and
morons.
rainbows. They've had a lot of bullshit that's been going on over the past month or so as well. From the Markiplier stuff, the age restriction stuff, they've been having kind of similar to Twitch, honestly, where videos are just getting like full on ad dumped, where you'll have like 6 or 7 ads in a 10-minute video.
at least YouTube though, after
But
like the
at
second
least
or
they're
third one, you
moving
can skip
in
it.
a right direction with some things.
Yeah.
So
Unlike Twitch.
You know, unlike Twitch, who's just looking for right now for anybody to buy them. So
Yep.
hey, let's. You know what?
I would honestly be thrilled if Microsoft bought Twitch. I think
Yeah.
that would be a prime competitor.
Case scenario,
Just-
I'd say.
some of
You
the
think it would be a Prime competitor, an Amazon Prime competitor?
I love you, dude. Okay.
So, and to people in chat that are asking, like, do they think that they would sell to Facebook? No, Facebook is completely devoiding and getting themselves out of the live streaming category as fast as they fucking can.
Yeah,
They don't.
they've-
They're
They've
getting rid of
deleted
gaming.
The, you can't even download the YouTube gaming application anymore.
Really?
Right?
No, Facebook
they've
gaming.
defuncted it.
The
Facebook, not
face of
YouTube.
gaming.
Or Facebook gaming, yeah.
That's crazy. I mean that went downhill faster than I thought.
We
it would.
knew.
Holy
I
shit.
mean, come on. I don't
But
think
we
that-
knew it wasn't going to work, but I thought it would be here for a little bit longer than a year. Holy fuck!
a mixture
Nope.
was going to be
Speaking
longer. So
Speaking
that
of Facebook, I've recently like started trying to advertise on Facebook and stuff. You literally can't get any traction on
No,
Yeah,
it's a
Facebook is
fucking
terrible.
joke.
unless you buy-
People are not.
yeah, you got to buy ads.
You got to buy
yeah.
the boost, and they push that boost on everything.
Oh,
every
yes,
post.
they do.
Do you want to boost this?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yes,
you're
they
not
do.
going to get anywhere until you pay them
Instagram.
to boost.
I think like Instagram does the same thing, which is
Man,
owned by
hon-
Facebook. Now it's
hon-
Meta.
honestly-
what is
honestly
Meta
as well,
stock right now?
Google-
Is it still on the decline?
I don't know.
I'm sure it
I
is.
don't know.
It's
The
actually
last
stabilized
time
a
that I
little
heard
bit.
about it, it was on the decline. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stabilized, but
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you though. Like when you talk about like advertisements and everything like that, like Google's the same fucking way, man. It's rough with Google and their advertising. Like
oh, it is.
if you don't have that boost or whatever they call it, I can't remember. They might have changed it. It's been a long time. It's been like
You're talking
8,
about the
9
like
years.
Google search.
Yeah, the AdSense Google search stuff. Yeah.
It's
It's been like
Dude,
8
well,
years since I
SE
did anything with it, but like that was really rough too back when I was dealing with SEO and stuff for websites.
SE
So
yeah, SEO is fucking a nightmare. Like it's a
it is.
nightmare to
Yep.
fucking deal with.
Went to school and learned it. It's no more fun learning it than it is dealing with it.
It's crazy. All right. Well, chat, we've got I told you that was gonna take up a long time. It almost took up a fucking hour of our show. Here. We've got 30 minutes to get through 3 fucking showcases. State of Play,
Luckily,
Nintendo
they
Direct,
were quick showcases.
Ubisoft.
So.
You can just get rid of the Nintendo one. Nobody likes Nintendo anyways.
Oh my god. You're such
There's a few things I wanted to talk about on the Nintendo one.
All right,
but I just wanted to meme it.
So we're gonna burn through Ubisoft pretty quickly. The biggest ones was there anything on the Ubisoft side?
Rabbids.
You guys,
What is going on with Assassin's Creed?
everything is going on with Assassin's Creed. They're doing it all.
I don't think they know what the fuck they want to do with Assassin's Creed anymore. They're just
Jade,
like
Assassin's Creed Red,
Jade actually seems fun. Like it looks cool because they're actually taking it to China, which we had one Assassin's Creed which is in China, but it was a mobile thing. So that's one thing. But like you guys know my penchant for Assassin's Creed. But
so here's what they're doing with Assassin's Creed via Ubisoft's like CEO and some of their main directors. Basically, they said that Assassin's Creed was had become a franchise that was coming out every single year, which we all knew that, right? Well, you can't pump out these massive fucking things that are going to be good every single fucking year. So I mean, obviously, look at Call of Duty. So basically, what they did was they said, okay, cool, we're gonna split this off into Assassin's Creed Infinity, and then have something like Mirage is not the title, but basically Assassin's Creed Mirage is the first one to do it, where they're gonna take Mirage and go down your typical standard, like, 15 to 20 hour single player experience that is very honed in and focused in on like a more narrative, like Brotherhood experience. And then you're going to have things
I heard that they were going back to the original Ezio Auditore. So, or not the original. It was I forget his fucking name. Altair, I think is his name. Altair, the original one. I heard that they were going to go back.
Altair? Didn't they kill him off?
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, I thought I read something about that was what Mirage was. They were going back to focus more on Altair.
I don't know.
Kinda, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But
Assassin's Creed.
In any sense, and then Infinity is going to be where they're going to be doing more of their like big open world kind of experiences. So that's like their whole like thing is that they're splitting it off into 2 separate things. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. And then on top of that, like you're getting like a mobile game that's getting developed by Netflix.
Gaming Medic is saying that Mirage will have no out of Animus storyline.
Right.
So
like it's just
you will just be in the fucking story, which is one thing that I would love, man, because that's one thing that always ruined my experience with most Assassin's Creed games was when they took me from being in like, ancient Greece, and then suddenly I'm in fucking, current day in an office building. I was like, what is this shit? Just let me play the fucking game in Greece. This is ridiculous.
There was no need for any of the Animus stuff. It was so fucking stupid. They talked about Skull and Bones. Is anybody excited about Skull and Bones? I don't know whether to be excited about it or not. Like I want to look forward to Skull and Bones, but
I want to play it.
I want something play concrete about it.
Yeah. I want to play it, but I'm not looking forward to it. It's one of those games where I've been watching for it for like 6 years. Like they released information about it when I had my back surgery, and it's been 7 to 8 years since that. So it's one of those things where it's like I want to play it, but I'm not excited for it anymore.
I got a feeling this is not going to live up to what anybody is expecting it to be.
So.
It 100% won't. If the only thing that it will live up to is if they have the Assassin's Creed Black Flag sailing system in it. And then people that want to play the Assassins wanted an actual game about the Assassin's Creed Black Flag sailing systems. That will be the people that enjoy the game. The rest of the time is just going to be a subpar.
It's supposed to be more of like along the lines of like World of Warships, right? Not as like tactical.
Slightly, yeah.
Play of like it's not like you're on the ship.
You play the ship essentially. Yeah, you play your actual player character is the ship. You're not the person on the ship. you are the ship.
I don't know.
But you
That's
do
not
get,
really.
but you do get, but you do have a character that does get off the ship.
I think there's certain
But it's
points
in,
that
like,
you get
hubs.
off the ship.
They're like in
There's like
hubs.
stuff that you can do with like treasure hunting, and you can get off on islands, on certain islands, from what I understand,
So it's
and you
there
can get
is
off
no
at
like, it's
docks.
Lost Ark.
What?
I wouldn't say it's Lost
Lost
Ark,
Ark.
no.
It's
I don't know. I don't. And this is the problem. Like Bill said, we need something concrete.
It's essentially Black
like,
Flag. Like if you've ever played Black Flag, it's the sailing of Black Flag, and then you'll have some instances where you can get off and be the character from Black Flag, right? So that's
they also,
the difference, is that it's going to be from Sea of Thieves. Like Sea of Thieves, you're the character on the ship, right? You're the characters on the ship piloting the ship. In this game, you're the ship with a character on it.
right. The Sea of Thieves, you live out a pirate life. This, you live out a
Pirate ship
the
life.
Ship life. Yeah, you're on the sea. I don't know. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Actually, no, look, people knock Mario Rabbids. This is actually a really good game. Like Mario Rabbids was actually a really good game.
I just don't understand it, man.
But
or no? Didn't they do like an XCOM style Rabbids
yeah,
game?
yeah, that's what this is. It's like it's an XCOM style strategy game. It was on the Switch, and now yeah, they're bringing in Rayman. So it's a good game.
I just don't understand it. Like they're like the Fortnite of Ubisoft, where they're just like, hey, Nintendo, you want to have a fucking crossover? Sure, why not? Let's go, boy. Let's do it. Hey, Spyro, you want to have a fucking, you know?
I mean, it's like, I don't know.
What is going on?
It's cool.
Hey, if it works.
Yeah, Mario and Rabbids, like Rabbids is very quirky, and like the humor that's in there, it's good. I don't know, it works. You should honestly, if you like XCOM games, you like strategy games, you should play it. It really is a fun time. If you have a Switch, it's worth it. I promise you. Like it's actually really good.
I just want them to make another old school Rayman style game.
Do you?
I just want them to make another XCOM or Splinter Cell game. That's not going to happen. Apparently.
You're not gonna get Splinter Cell. Fucking forget it, bro. Okay, you can get Ubisoft Plus free, by the way, on PC, till the 10th.
Nice.
How long does that last though? It's probably just a month, right? I'm assuming it's just a month.
Just a
More than
month,
likely, yeah.
Maybe I can sign up for it. Wait, if we get it, hold on. When does Black Flag come out? November 8th, so I could get it by October 10th and still have 2 days to play it. Man, there we go. do that, I guess. The Division. This is coincidental because I talked about playing the Division earlier, and Bill told me that I was a fucking idiot because why play this game? Because
you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but he said there's no content, but they're coming out with a new content. It's new season 10, Price of Power.
Yeah, it's a new season that you play the same content that you've been playing for the entire fucking time.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Division.
The only new content you get out of it is like new fucking apparel. It's like Diablo 3 content. That's like saying that each season for Diablo 3 is a brand new fucking game. It's not.
I didn't say it's a brand new fucking game. I'm just saying.
Division 2, though. I'll just say that because I've never played it, but it's.
Hey, play the Division if you want to.
I'll play the Division 2 with you,
I'm just
Scruffy. I'll play
There's
it.
nothing new.
Yeah. You got to know that. Yeah.
Don't know what Mythic Quest is, but apparently Mythic Quest had some
very good sitcom that's on Apple TV.
Oh, is that the one that was like the guild only?
It's
only
the
about
one that
the developers,
they basically
the game developers or whatever.
Yeah, they're basically memeing like Blizzard.
I heard it was good.
Warcraft.
Yeah, I heard
it's really good.
You just sparked this. On Apple TV also is Ted Lasso, which you guys gotta watch.
Ted Lasso is also really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? He's actually being added into the new FIFA. If you didn't see that, so
Wild.
Yeah, there you go.
Brawlhalla's getting a Castlevania character, so they got that. There's a photo mode contest. There's a new Just Dance coming out. Shocker. And obviously Ubisoft is making, or Netflix is making games.
Do people still play Brawlhalla?
Oh yes.
Like, is that a thing?
Oh
it's
yes.
Still
Hey Bill, Rainbow Six Mobile, buddy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's a thing. You can sign up for closed beta for that. It's on Google Play.
They do have a
on your phone now.
They do have a new I don't know if we covered that or if they covered that. They do have that new Division game that they're coming out that's like a free to play, like survival.
Isn't that Heartland?
Heartland?
Yeah.
Is that going to be free to play?
That's not out until
what I've heard
next year.
It's not out. Yeah,
it's out next year.
I just didn't know if they covered it or not.
I don't think so. They just mentioned it's coming next year. Crew 2. Crew 2's getting a new season. Riders Republic, bro. I know that it sounds crazy, but I'm actually happy that this game still exists and they're still doing stuff with it. Like,
Is it doing well?
probably not, no. But I still, I'm like the whole like void
Did you
of
play that game?
for about an hour, like I do most
It's
games.
not our
I could-
generation's game, man.
I
No,
could've
it's
sworn
not.
that you
It
gave
is
a shit.
not at all,
I
dude.
could have sworn that Sin gave a shit when we talked about it.
It's because again, like I said, I played it for an hour, but like I am nostalgic for like that SSX style like thing. This is not necessarily it, but I'm just happy that that kind of stuff kind of like there's something there for people that like that kind of stuff.
Very weird like
Yeah.
niche of this game on TikTok. I think that's the only way it thrives.
Well,
That's the only people that are playing.
It is a
TikTok.
Gen Zer fucking
So
game
maybe-
if I've ever seen one.
Maybe that's why Sin likes it so much all of a sudden. He's a TikToker now.
I am a TikToker. All right. Trackmania, they got stuff. All right, we're done. Cool. Ubisoft's done.
did in the
Moving on. This is the Nintendo Direct. So okay. I actually have any of you guys played Fire Emblem or like Fire Emblem? Bill, I think
Yeah, Fire
you played
Emblem's
Fire Emblem,
dope.
right? Did you play
A lot of
the
people in my community like Fire Emblem.
did you play Three Houses?
Yeah, I didn't get very far in it, but it's a really good game.
So Engage is basically like the extenuation. It's three houses, but they're gonna take a lot of like the elements where you it's wrong to say like relationship building, but basically like you marry in, and based on who you marry and based on how you propose and what you do, like will affect a lot of your characters' development, abilities, skills, and things like that. So I think it's cool.
so
Like
It's a dating game.
no,
excited
no,
for
no,
it?
no, huh?
You actually exciting for a dating sim?
It's not a
He's
dating
he's
sim.
excited
It's
for
not
a
a
dating
dating
game, bro.
sim. It's not. They're adding.
Confirmed. You guys heard it here
Oh my
first. Dating
fucking
game
God.
since channel.
Jesus Christ.
Whenever this releases.
No,
Anyway,
he's gonna play DVD dating
He's,
sim.
yeah, I was about to say he's gonna be going out and playing the DVD one before this.
I'm
comes out.
just saying that it looks dope. That it's cool. They added a mechanic in there where they're furthering the thing that was in Three Houses, where like again, you like battle buddied your system up with who you were with, that gave you like more reputation. This is now taking that a step further. It's not a dating sim. It's just.
Oh, you're
it's
gonna
element
be
to it.
battle buddying. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mhm.
god. Anyway, is there anything? Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass wave 2 was announced, or they showed off there. Is there anything in here that you
Yeah.
guys want to show? Like, see, you want to see SpongeBob?
The only thing I wanted to bring up was Pikmin 2 or Pikmin 4.
Pikmin,
New Pikmin game coming out. So there was really nothing from the trailer. It was just like the logo screen. So
Can we talk
that was,
about this?
that was my big highlight. There's a bunch of farming sims that Nintendo is pushing, like a lot of farming sims.
Can-
No.
can-
Since they're popular right now.
Can I just say one thing too, real quick? Splatoon. I'm showing this for one reason because I heard the statistic. Splatoon 3 in Japan, 5% of the population bought and own Splatoon and play Splatoon 3. 5% of the population in Japan is fucking insane. That is a huge
wow,
amount of
yeah.
people.
It is a huge amount of people, but it's also probably the only place where the servers are actually worth a damn and you can actually play it properly.
Doesn't matter. It's fucking crazy that amount of people fucking play that game. Like that is the phenomenon
it's a
that
good
is.
game, though.
Oh no, I know that,
Like,
but what I'm like, you would not think that Splatoon 3 would be the thing that would be like, oh, this is the number one game in Japan. Like,
listen, man, it was good enough for them to make 2 sequels.
oh,
I
no,
could
I'm not
see it.
knocking I'm not knocking the game. I'm just thinking like how
It has
how
got a good esports
fuck.
scene too.
So it's crazy. Octopath Traveler 2. Super excited about that.
Hey, more Final Fantasy.
Yay. Fire Rabbit Sparks of Hope. There you go. There you can see it. You said you wanted to see, what was it? Oh, this is also interesting. Why did they not bring this? They're not showing it. It said GoldenEye, but that ain't GoldenEye.
It's because GoldenEye just had the walk-in.
It was the
they're bringing
GoldenEye
back
64, yeah.
GoldenEye 64
With multiplayer.
online servers that are also not going to work. So
which is crazy because
Didn't you say the online servers were only for the Nintendo though?
it's only Nintendo
Yep,
Switch.
it's
Am I
only
go-
Nintendo, and that's why they're going to be garbage. You're gonna be able to
That's
play
crazy.
the game, it's going to be bad.
That is insane to me.
Yep,
I actually
Mike-
really wish I played GoldenEye. That's one game I wish I would have played.
Oh, now you can. You just
Now you
won't
can.
have a good online
You
experience.
just won't be
with
able
it.
to play
I mean,
online. Yeah.
you can play the Xbox version. You're just not going to get online.
Yeah.
So, which you and Nady
Wild.
could experience it. So, Where is Pikmin 4 or Pikmin? This was Pikmin Bloom. This is like their, isn't it? Isn't Pikmin?
There was no Pikmin. It was just the title screen. They did a Pikmin Bloom ad, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, and there's this," and then the Pikmin 4 logo popped up, and that was
Like
it. So
Pokemon Go, but Pikmin.
yep. So it's a glorified step tracker, is what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, people love it,
So
and people
I
use
like it. It's fun.
Play it.
It keeps me honest.
But yeah, Pikmin 4. They're announcing that. Bayonetta 3 is finally coming out. We actually have a date for that, which is October 28th. Resident Evil Village. Was there? What was this? Was this?
Oh,
what
it's getting a Switch port. That's all.
I thought it was getting.
Crisis Core
It's-
Remastered.
It's a cloud-based system, so they know that the system can't handle it, so it's going to be a cloud-based stream.
And then Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Remastered, I guess, is coming to the Switch. Is that what this is?
I don't know.
And then the big news, which
The
everyone
Switch
was
likes to put
freaking-
a whole bunch of things that have been out on other systems forever and make a big deal of it coming to the Switch in a lower quality, lower frame rate.
Yep. The big news was this, which was the basically Breath of the Wild 2, but it's Tears of the Kingdom. This is a direct. This is a
How
prequel.
insensitive to England's problems right now.
Oh yeah, of course. Isn't this a prequel? Is this a prequel to the first one, or is this actual sequel?
We don't know.
Okay.
We know very little about the plot of it.
thought-
I'm guessing it is. A lot of people seem to think it is, but we genuinely don't know.
I think I heard from a couple different other.
This
podcasts
might
I
show the
listened to that said-
downfall of Hyrule and why Link went into like stasis and stuff like that. So, but I know the Legend of Zelda that was like a Dynasty Warriors was a prequel as well. So I don't know if they would do 2 prequels.
So anyway, yep. They basically showcased this, and then that was it. Like they didn't. I don't think they didn't really talk about it. They didn't go in depth about it. They just said, "Oh, it's Breath of the Wild 2.
It exists.
It exists. It's real. Here it is." So yeah,
we had Breath of the Wild 2, some Pokemon Go game, and a dating sim.
no Pokemon Go. It was Pikmin. But close.
That's Pokemon Go style, yeah.
Yeah.
And a dating sim. Cool.
And moving on. All right. Man, we're talking just like rapid fire here, boys. We had
Everything in Sony's was a banger.
PlayStation State of Play. They showed off Callisto Protocol. Isn't this this is
Is this anything
Tekken,
new on
right?
Crypto?
This is so new Tekken.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
is it?
new Tekken, which looks fucking
Um,
gorgeous, by the way.
It looks very good. Tekken 6 was announced. There was a new game coming out from Team Ninja that's like a open world like samurai shinobi style game.
Is that the Ghost of Tsushima?
Tekken 8,
Devs?
not Tekken. No, it's Street Fighter 6. Tekken 8.
No, Team
Didn't-
Ninja was like Ninja Gaiden, like those
I thought it
games.
was something
You
on-
talking about the fucking where the winds go or whatever it's called?
No,
Where the winds meet?
It's a different game. Where
Oh,
the
okay.
Winds Meet is also a game coming out, but it's not that one. And I wish that YouTube or Sony had timestamps for.
Yeah, I'm kind of like trying to rough through here and see this stuff. This was the VR game for. They did a lot of VR stuff during this one.
It's because they're just now pushing the PSVR 2 like
Yeah.
full and proper. We still don't have a price point on it yet, and they did announce that PSVR 1 games are not going to be compatible with PSVR 2.
Which is
But-
weird.
It's really weird. I don't know if that's a common thing with VR technology. Like from
No.
what I've seen,
Not with the
PSVR
Quest. Like I told you with the Quest, like the Quest 1 and the Quest 2, like the Quest 1 can still run games that the Quest 2 can run. It's just that they don't run it as well, you know?
There's a big advancement in technology from the PSVR 1 to the PSVR 2 though.
Yeah.
And I do understand that like developing games for the VR 2 specifically.
Well,
I get it because it's got eye tracking, it's got controller haptics, it's got head like the actual like head parts that you wear is going to have haptics to it. They're going
Mhm.
like full immersion with a lot of the aspects of it, which is wild to me. Plus 4K resolution.
well, that's what I was gonna
Is
say. I
it-
think
is
a
it-
lot of it has to do
is
with
it-
the fact that the
I was gonna
original.
say, is it 4K resolution on with the LED screens instead of the rolled or whatever the curved lenses?
I give me 1 second. I will look that up.
So I'd be interested to hear about that because that's supposed to be the new Quest Pro is supposed to be going down the flat
4K
screen.
HDR.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this game looks bloody as fuck.
So,
It's a 2000 by 2040 OLED screen.
Like a
Just Way of the
100
Samurai.
No, it's like a dragon. Like I don't know if that's
Yeah,
Way of the Samurai.
it's a new Yakuza game.
Oh, okay.
what it looked like. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never
Uh,
got into Yakuza games, man.
I've heard they're amazing, but I
So
can't get
fucking
into them
weird.
either.
So fucking
Nobody cares
weird,
about this
dude.
game. We can skip right past this one, right? Nobody gives a fuck
So,
about Hogwarts Legacy.
110-degree field of view for the VR headset, 120 frames per second, 4K HDR.
That's a nice headset, man. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna come with a
eye-tracking,
nice
so
price
you,
tag.
like in the trailer for the headset, you're actually like able to like jump through menus, like use your eyes as the cursor to like move
pretty
through
dope.
menus in game.
I bet you
it's
that,
really neat, man.
I had a PlayStation, right?
I wish it wasn't wired. It's a single cable, but it is still wired. So that's
That's actually really cool. They're doing a lot of like, I mean, not a lot, but there is more games coming out that utilize like that eye tech. You know, like there was that one that like utilized every time you blinked. Game. I can't remember what that was called, but it was a cool.
I bet
concept.
you I bet you Oculus, like whenever Sony drops theirs, like the price and stuff like that, I guarantee you Oculus will drop their price tag and come out like a week after.
Oh yeah, for sure. The controllers on the PSVR 2 are really neat too because they've got like it's got full finger tracking on
Yeah,
it.
so it's doing like the index tracking.
Yeah, it's doing the index tracking. The triggers and stuff are going to have that haptic feedback and that haptic tension, like what the PS5 controller has. It's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. I just have a feeling it's going to be like $600-$700.
I wouldn't say it would be that much. I would probably put you.
Yeah,
I'd probably put you around a $300-$400 price tag.
It'll
This
probably
is
be
Sony
400,
we're
yeah.
talking about, dude.
Yeah, but even still, like in the market field of where like headsets are like that, with like the Oculus Quest, the Quest 2 coming, even like the Index, dude, like they can't put a price tag like that on there. Like they won't sell any. Like there's no way someone's gonna spend that amount of money on a console and then also double out that amount of money on a VR headset. That's
I'm very
only
much
usable
looking
on the
into
console.
it because I've been looking for a VR headset. I'm actually in a point in my life where I can reasonably like justify it.
What is
So-
this game right now?
Hey, what the fuck are we watching?
I mean, this actually looks kind of cool, but I don't know what's going on.
I thought it was Alan Wake at first, but I don't think it is. It's not.
No,
It's
it's
like-
not Alan Wake. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I didn't look at a lot of the VR titles, but this is another one of the VR titles that's coming out.
That's VR.
It's going to be a VR title.
You're gonna fucking vomit. Like it. Just, oh my god. Well, that's where you're the car.
Pacific Drive.
I don't know.
Okay.
Pacific
Let's
Drive, okay.
see. PlayStation.
I don't know if it's exclusively going to be VR, but it looked pretty decent.
What is this?
Man, I wish they had thumbnails or
Yeah, I don't like. It's very hard to understand what we're looking at. I don't know what this is. I thought this was like that Gundam game at first. I was like, no, it's not that.
This was
no,
Starf-
they had a decent amount of indie showcase. Sony always does really well with showing like indie devs in their in their showcases. The biggest things that were coming out of the Sony showcase though was Tekken 6,
Tekken 8, by the way. 8.
the
Tekken 8.
Yakuza game. They showed at the end God of War Ragnarok footage, which looks
Oh, there's that
really
Team Ninja
good.
game.
huh?
There's the Team Ninja game.
Yeah.
This is like, Team Ninja always does like really good stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that game looks amazing. That actually, it looks like basically like Sekiro, but in an open world Elden Ring style. It's got that very like grounded in Japanese lore type thing, but it's full open world. You have like a glider system, horseback riding, like looks
Ghost of
really
Tsushima.
solid.
Yeah, this looks really nice.
Someone they literally looks like they ripped Ghost of Tsushima. They're just like, you know what? Yeah, let's just do that.
They made it pretty.
Yeah, but this has more of a the combat system's nothing like Ghost of Tsushima. It's more like your Ninja Gaiden style combat.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna show Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, here we go. Thor Ragnarok. Dude, I wish fucking Thor Ragnarok was on PC right off the bat.
It'll come eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
That game's called Rise of the Ronin, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that was the right. Okay.
And if you can find a game that looks super duper anime, that one was another really big one that looks.
Well, that's like
decent, too.
That's like 17 of these fucking games.
I was gonna say it's Sony, like all
if
of their
you would
games
rather
look
just
super
pull up-
duper anime.
Really
Look
anime.
up Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade. All right. Well,
Yes.
let me pull back up this because I know Enigma wants to see Thor Ragnarok.
I've never seen it. I'm not getting excited for it until it comes out on PC.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying it's going to win Game of the Year just based off the trailer
Yeah, I mean,
alone.
it's God of
think-
War.
It's got the title, so it's. all
I mean,
need.
it didn't win when the year the first one came out.
Didn't
Yeah,
that,
but
Yeah,
that's- didn't
didn't
they
they-
have? Wasn't that the year that fucking what's it
Last of
called
Us 2 came out.
Last of Us 2 came out. Yeah.
only other title that they could have got beat by?
I don't know. I think Elden Ring still stands a decent chance on getting Game of the Year this year.
Oh right.
When when does this release? Because if it releases in,
It releases in November.
I don't think it can get Game of the Year. I don't think it can do
right.
it next year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it.
Pretty sure
I don't
Elden
know.
Ring wasn't on there. Or no, it wasn't.
No. No, Elden Ring came out, but it I don't know what there's a cutoff date. I think it's like November 10th or something like that is the cutoff date that they say.
I think this comes out November 8th.
This November? I thought this game got delayed.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I mean, it
okay.
did, but I think it got delayed. Didn't it get delayed to November? That was
November
supposed to come out
9th.
earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
November 9th. Well, again, I can't verify that it is in fact November 10th, but yeah. Okay, let me find Stellar Blade. Hold
Looks
on.
good. Looks really good. I mean, it's God of War. Like it's God of War with
Dude, God of War.
Vikings. I'm
Fuck,
down.
dude, God of War. That new one. Oh god, that one was so fucking good.
I still haven't played all the way through it. I got to like the halfway point, and I need to finish it.
November 19th is the cutoff for Game of the
November
Year.
19th. Okay. Well, they just
So
make it.
they've got 10 days prior to it. So yeah, it's going to be Elden Ring versus God of War.
Is it the anime game you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yes.
Stellar Blade.
So this is Stellar Blade. Is that what? Yeah,
Yeah.
Stellar Blade. It was announced last year as Project Eve, if you remember that
Do you remember
game.
that?
This looks amazing. This looks like it has a lot of near automata stylings to it, but in more of a JRPG-ish kind of way. I think it looks really good. I'm more hyped about this one than I should just from the trailer that we saw. It looks like something that would be right up my alley as far as my taste in gaming.
It's like fucking Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's like hyper realistic anime. The look of it, it's good, man. And it's not just because of waifus, okay? So don't be throwing that shit at me,
Everybody in
okay?
chat's just saying it's got boob jiggle. That's all everyone's saying.
Boba
boob
jiggle.
jiggle. You know what game I know we're way over, and we're guys. By the way, send in your questions that you have in the chat. But I really want another Lost Planet game. Like I miss Lost Planet,
Same.
dude. I love Lost Planet.
I'm
too.
actually planning on replaying those here soon because they're part of the PlayStation Plus package.
I wish Lost
So.
Planet 2's online servers were still open. Like that game was fucking great.
Yeah, I agree.
This game does look good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Sony had a lot of bangers. It was only like a 25-minute showcase, which was wild. They just they I don't think anybody spoke outside of the first like intro.
That's what happens when you don't. What happens when you don't waste fucking time with us watching a Sting performance for The Last of Us 2's fucking musical, and you know, and then after that you had the fucking Imagine Dragons bullshit, and then you had more orchestral shit. I was just like, fucking, who wants to watch this shit? Just get it done with, Jesus.
Or is it not the Game Awards or the game shows cases.
Yeah. Yeah. Good podcast, guys. This was a
Absolutely.
lot of fun.
The name of that game, Medic, was Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade.
Stellar
Okay.
Blade.
Well, guys, episode 66 is in the bag. I apologize for all the coughing. I tried to keep it to a minimum. But thank you guys for
Yeah, you'd be
bearing with
sorry.
me. And you know, for Enigma, I really do feel bad because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of fucking peaks that he's gonna have to try to fucking deal with. I tried to mute as much as
I'm
I
not.
can,
I'm not even gonna fucking try. Like, sorry guys. You get the audio. I'm not even
but
gonna do anything
you're
with it.
getting the raw version of this one. So,
To
but
be honest, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
we will we'll be back 2 weeks, episode 67, and I'm sure that I'm
doing
sure
2
we will
weeks?
have 2 weeks, right? And I don't know.
Yeah,
Or no,
I don't know.
are you gonna be wait, are you gonna be out of town?
No,
Probably-
we pushed this one back 1 week. I wasn't sure if we were gonna do a back-to-back week.
Oh, no.
We'll discuss.
I don't
it
know.
in
We'll
the-
figure
in
it out.
the,
Chat, you'll figure it out. You'll hear from one of us whether or not
Every
the show is
week.
it's gonna be every week. But in any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We always appreciate you guys being here, and make sure that again you go and check us out on Spotify. Making sure you go and check us out on any of your podcasting apps. Anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. You can go over there, check us out there. We're literally everywhere. Like we're like a fucking infectious disease, kind of like COVID.
we are inside
yeah.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you definitely want this inside of you. So I shouldn't.
You don't want COVID inside. You
No, you don't want COVID inside of you. Stay away from COVID. Stay away from people. People suck. Stay away from them.
Listen in.
They're terrible.
Just-
So anyway, guys, we're out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will catch you guys next time. See ya.
Deuces.
Later.